round two. He's going to go for the knock, goes for the roll down, and he's spotted Serviel. Looks for the clip, but he's not going to be able to get it. Jumps out instead, but goes down.
Forward, trying to get a better position using the smoker's advantage. Drive straight in.
Goes down. Now it's just Portal alive. Portal in a 1-1, but he cannot do it.
Hello everyone, and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semifinals, and today it's going to be day number 4, so that is going to mean that the teams are going to start the next half of the journey of the semifinals, since all of them have played 8 games till now and 8 games are to go. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk, it's going to be Ocean Sharma, and we will be taking you through the action.
Exactly, the action of the 8 games that are left on Group A, B and C. Today, because it's a fresh start once again, like not with the points obviously, but overall. So the thing is, A versus B will be playing and Group C will be resting out there today. Just planning out their strategies for them so that they can beat the other groups when they will be in the competition. But then for now, and as of now, I mean, it's going to be just like you say, round robin. It's gonna start once again in itself, and I'll be more than excited to see which teams, just come on the top, because Fyme will be playing today and they were at the top of the charts at one time.
Same here, Fyme is going to be coming in, NortheSports is going to be there, Arkadians are sort of stepping up their performance, DFUZeOXY is going to be playing as well, so a lot of big names are going to be showing us what they can do in these last few games. But let's have a look at the overall standings before we start the day with the games and see where the teams stand as of now. Team NV is going to be sitting on the first position with 138 points for themselves with 2 chicken dinners. Freestyle on the second, 108. Fyme on the third. Team HFD on the fourth. Portal eSports on the fifth. LOU eSports on the sixth. NortheSports on the seventh. And Team Hellraisers had an amazing climb yesterday on the 8th position. But moving on, let's have a look at the next set of teams and see how they are doing. As 247 Gaming, they are having a drop right now on the 9th spot. Team Bablu made an amazing climb yesterday. So Bablu and Hellraisers, they were basically out of the top 16, but yesterday in a few games they have managed to make their way up here. But the thing is that the point difference between where Bablu is standing right now and this team on the 16th position, it's not that big. So they can be in some sort of trouble, but TUF is right behind them on the 11th, VFXOXY is on the 12th, H2E on the 13th, Arkadians on the 14th, Nexus team on the 15th, and Gaming Hub on the 16th.
Yeah, and after this will be the teams that want to make their spot right now. I mean, F2D, 2X, Team RNG, R3D, Team Aqua, Rogue Nation, DFUZeOfficials, and FTF. So I like the thing that you just said, that you just told to us about the fact that Team Bablu and the differences out there of just a few points. And the fact is, Bablu will not be playing today. They are in Group C.
Exactly.
So it's going to be Group A and B. So we can expect that by the end of the day, they will be thrown out of the top 16 if anything like that happens. And from tomorrow, it will be their fresh start, as well as it's always a journey to be, you are sitting behind a crowd. You need to make your way through the crowd to stand right in front of the crowd, and that some teams are doing it right now. I mean, NV is there, Fyme is going to be there today, and Portal eSports, NortheSports, all those names will be out there. So today, if anything, it's still a battle of Goliaths, if you want to call it like that, and big names will be out there to play the games.
Yeah, and let's have a look at how these games are going to result in the teams climbing. It's going to be the points table, which is on our screens right now, and first position 20 points, second 14, third 10, and then there is a drop from 8 all the way towards the 2 point, which is going to be given to the team that finished on the 10th position. But from 11 to 16, it's just 1 point, and other than that, it's just 1 point for every single kill that you get in game. That is going to be important for some of those teams, because kill points, yeah, they do matter, but you need to make sure that you are getting a good standing as well. Because imagine, you can get 7 points just by staying safe, getting to all the way to the 5th position, but to get the same 7 points from the kill, you will have to take fights up against other teams, and that could result in your teammates dying, you giving up points, and basically you getting team wipe as well. But let's have a look at the schedule for the day as well and see which maps are going to be played, as the day is going to start off with Erangel, then we have Sanhok, the second game. The third game is going to be played on Miramar, and the last, as always, it's going to be a wraparound on Sanhok.
Yeah, on Erangel. On
Erangel,
and,
sorry.
The thing is, I mean, it starts from Erangel, it just ends out there on Erangel. And groups A and B will be playing together. So let's just have a look at the squad rosters as well and see where the players and what the players are for today and what the teams are. Team Aqua will be out there. Fyme, Arkadians, HFD. So Arkadians and Fyme, they are going to be some two big names out there. HFD as well, Aqua as well. They've had good games. NortheSports, TeamvfxOXY, 2x, and F2D. So big names. I mean, F2D is out there on the 17th position.
Yeah.
They'll be climbing their way to the 16th.
Even Aqua is out of the top 16, so even they will be looking to somehow manage to come back in the top 16 as well, because last time the performances was not that great. But let's have a look at Group B as well, because it's going to be Team NV, Portal Esports, and RNG and Freestyle as well. 4 of the strong performing teams in this one group. RNG, their performance has not been that hot, but I think today could be the day that this team makes the climb. On the other side, NV, sitting on the first position, will look to secure that spot for themselves in the games today and tomorrow, just because the day after tomorrow they won't be playing. Portal Esports will look to do the same, and Freestyle as well. FTFxEsports, they need to play out of their minds, and if they don't do that, they are going to be in so much trouble.
Exactly, that will be one of the things. So the teams like from Group A and Group B, the things that we are talking, some teams can be in a lot of trouble, some teams will be coming out of trouble, and all those things will be happening today. So we know the points so far, we know what a team has done for themselves, the goods, the bads, the uglies, and the crazies. But now the major question arrives. Well, let's start from this question. Pick one team.
NV.
That's a good choice. I was gonna pick NV, but all right,
yeah.
cool. So I'll go with Fyme.
Yeah.
For this time, I mean, both the teams are on the first and the third position overall, so that will be one thing. And Envy is doing really incredible.
They're doing really well. The last time I picked Envy, they got the chicken dinner. So yeah,
exactly.
I am just playing my odds and my experience on this one, but I think Envy, they are gonna look to actually maintain the sort of performance that they had, and at any given point, going into the finals on the first position is going to make sure that you have a good momentum, and is going to be such a confidence booster for the entire team. So to do that, to stick on the first position, I think that is going to be a priority for NV.
Exactly, that's totally a point that we can just think about it. And NV, I mean, the teams in the top 4, they still can have one bad game, obviously, but then after that, they'll have to step on the charges and all those things. And talking about those things, let's just actually dive into the game, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be in the plane in just less than 3 or 2 seconds or just 1 second or something like that. So we are in the plane, ladies and gentlemen. So my calculation, my counting was quite right out there. And from Milta Power to the area of Quarry and Gatka, Pochinki, Farm, Milta, Shelter Prison, Lipovka, these areas will be out there. School ruins. Georgopol, if you want to go, you can go. And Novo and Military will always be up for the grabs. H2E are dropping down. Let's see where they head towards.
Yeah, we have to see where they're going to head, as Fyme also takes an exit, and we know where Fyme go. They go towards the Milta city for themselves, but Envy, taking an exit, will look to head towards their location, which is going to be the Novo Repnoi containers for themselves, and we have to see if they are going to be contested there, or they are just going to have a free reign of the territory. And as you said, H2E taking control of the Milta Power. VFxOXY, like always, are heading towards Lipovka.
Exactly.
Portal Esports going towards the military base area, and Pochinki School is going to be available as well, but we still have to see which teams are going to go there, and if any team heading there is going to be contested or not.
Exactly. That's totally true out in this one, and we'll have to see like how it all goes right now. As you can see, the players and the teams, they have started dropping onto their areas, and they are going to be looking good for the fights out here, and early engagement just might happen in the areas, just like I mean, Fyme is totally good in the area. PES as well. Like PES is going for the split military drop, and look at the circle. The circle once again is a totally centralized circle. So school Rozok areas will be out in the good proximity in the circles for a while. Diffuse is going to be starting their fights right now. As you can see, the guns were blazing out there in Pochinki area, and Diffuse, if I'm not mistaken, they actually are known to take the initial fights with the Arkadians in the Pochinki area. So that thing just just might happen if anything. But then Fyme, Moto, Fyme, Flicker, Fyme Khan, they are in these areas. And yes, Arkadians, Fazan is out there. DFUZ Insane moving in forward. Insane goes in, charges in. The shotgun takes down, DFUZes one player. That is looking really good as Arkadians' DP is doing much more damage. And the players are trying to move out. Sahir has that shotgun S686, the gun kit that can dish out a lot of damage right now. But one player of DFUZ goes down. That can just lead to the morale of the team going down slowly and steadily.
Yeah, that is going to be quite unfortunate for the team, but Sire is going to pick up some stuff, is going to grab the AK, and is going to see if he can spot the player from the side of Arkadians, who is right on top of him. But Faison is going to drop out of the window, and now Ash and Faison, 2 versus 1 situation. Can Sire take this fight? Ash is going to be spotted out, but he goes into the kitchen and is going to be quite safe. But Ash now is going to try to take the fight. The free fire actually kicks in, and Sire takes a lot of damage. He gets the knock. 1 versus 2 situation. Faison is still standing, but he's going to be knocked down now. Oh, he survives for longer than unexpected as Ronnie comes in. Ronnie is going to get the finish on this one, but the other 2 players from the side of Arkadians, they can come in and get this triple kill for themselves, as Leon is going to spot out the player with a shotgun in the corner of the room, and the information is going to be given away. Although Leon has taken a lot of damage, he can still go in along with Taha and finish off these players from the side of DFUZ. And Tala from the long distance is going to be like, I don't even need to go in. These 3 kills are just ours. They lose 1 player, but do get 3 points in return, which I feel like it's going to be a good trade if they survive to the later stages of the game. So they need to get out of here.
Yeah, now just Bisma is surviving from DFUZ's side. Can this player just pull off a miracle? I don't think so. I think that will be a super passive mode from Bisma from now on. Obviously, moving into the other side of the Pochinki area. Going to the other side, avoiding all the fights, because this will be the first team. I mean, all the 4 or 5 kills that just happened in this area. 3 players from one side, 1 player from the other side. So the fights have happened out in this area only, and all the players being lost out in the Pochinki area. So far, that's the only place where the action was. And if you just look at the minimap, this is the area where the circle actually just, divides the white circle and the blue circle that will be coming. So, I mean, RNG can actually have a really good fight if they want to, gatekeep the first circle with the teams, but then teams will have a longer area of rotation. Envy, on the other hand, out in the area of Novorupno is starting to go for the loot, but then 10 seconds more, and then they might have to make a move towards the circle.
Yeah, now the teams are going to start to rotate towards the circle, as in 4 seconds the blue zone is going to start to kick in. And even though it's going to take a while to actually get here, the teams are going to look to find those safe locations inside the circle and see if they can actually stick around for a while. Because as we say, getting to the center is going to allow you to rotate in every single direction a lot faster. Not faster than the teams that are already going to be in there, obviously, but faster than the teams that are still going to come in. And you can go towards the edge of the next circle and gatekeep the teams from coming in. Those are just going to be kills that you can get quite easily. But on the other side, let's look at this. TUF up against RNG.
Yeah, TUF is out there, like at the outer edge of the circle. Edgar is also on the other side of the hospital area, and RNG is on the back end of Georgopol for now. So we'll have to see what happens out with the players out there. PS Nocto and Vegeta still surviving out in the C buildings, obviously looting out their area. So the initial fights just happened in Pochinki, and other than that, all the other areas are fairly good, fairly normal, without any sort of fight. Something fine on their Milta drop. They are looting each and every corner of Milta for themselves, for their betterment, for their better loot, if anything, if it goes like that. And we'll see from here where they are gonna go for the rotations, because so far they are like fairly close to the circle, not really far. So we'll see how it just changes everything for the teams, for the players, and all those things. Flicker, Moto7Z, all these players from Fyme side, and Khan as well. Just now they are trying to either gatekeep the bridge-ish area. I mean, not the proper bridge area, but still they are at this area from where they can clearly see the bridge location. If they want to gatekeep the military bridge location, the Novo bridge location, or anything. And on your screens is now NES, NortheSports. They start their rush from school and apartment split drop, and the players are still on the loots right now. FTF on the shooting range area, just going for the loot right now. Wasim Charlie, you can see out in these areas. So this kind of feels like a training ground in itself.
Yeah, it is sort of a training ground, but another team is going to be on our screens. It's going to be the squad of Aqua, who are rotating in from the Gatka situation. And since the circle is centered around Rozok, Rozok and School sort of a situation, they will look to move in towards either of those two places to see if they can actually get a safe compound in there. And TUF and RNG present in the Georgia Pool City, I think they will have an easy rotation. Like the team who wins will have an easy rotation.
That's totally true. The team that will be winning out, they will be having easy rotations. HFD moving into the ruins area for themselves. We'll have to see how it just changes everything for the players, for the teams, and themselves for now. But so far, it's like so good. See, ruins area, it's always a barren land, if anything, and players, I mean, not doing much of a fight right now, not engaging much in the fights right now, which seems like a really, really good thing. RNG also in the Georgia Pool area, right next to TUF. But no fights are happening. It seems like a good thing. It's like that calm before the storm scenario.
Yeah, it is the calm before the storm, but I think RNG, as they get into these vehicles, they will look to move in deeper into the circle. But on the other side, another interesting thing that you will notice when the minimap is up, it's going to be the sort of wide split that has happened by the players from the side of VFxOXY. So one player in Stalber, one in Kameshki, one player, Teen Wolf, almost went towards, like he was in Lipovka, and then it was just one guy in the middle of Kameshki and Lipovka. But now the players are going to group up, and now they are going to start moving together in towards the Stalber situation where Reaper is already holding his ground. But look at this. 2x still in Primosk. They will be taking damage, the chip damage from the circle. Portal eSports, they are going to close. They are going to make their way in towards the circle as well, but the players on the military island will be taking a lot of chip damage, including the players from the side of Envy.
Exactly, like the damage stats will not be the good with those players. Obviously, that's going to be like one of the things that is going to happen out there in all those scenarios. But look at this, F2D's Mafia still out in the compound, and he is surrounded by the players out there, the players that are moving in, just wanting to have this one kill. Aqua's players just moving in, takes him down, and easy finish, and easy kill coming to Aqua Faddy out there.
Yeah, quite an unlucky situation, being isolated from your entire team. It's going to result in the player being caught off guard. But on the other side, F2D Tala, they catch out the players from the side of RNG. And while they were trying to rotate, and the knock on Fahad is going to come in. And I think if a finish is going to be there, as well as this is going to be a 3 versus 3 situation if RNG decide to stop and fight, which I think they are pretty late to already, as Fahad is knocked out quite in the open in a really bad situation. You can see far off in the distance, Aladdin is trying to make his way on towards this high ground instead of the valley down below.
Look at this, look at this.
From the distance, Hamzo with that mini 14 is going to get a knock on one of the players.
Easy knock coming in. The second place has also been spotted out there, but then they will be knocking. The finishing is coming out there. After these 2 players have been taken down, RNG, are they going to go for the confirmation? Yes, they are moving in. They want to move in. Their 1 player was taken down. They want to wipe they eliminate the whole of the squad, if anything. And look at this. No time needs to be wasted out there. The movement needs to be as quick as they want to, as quick as they can. The players are shooting in on themselves. That is going to take them to a rightward rotation, and the cover fire was coming in from one of the players, but this is just going to lead RNG. I mean, it's their loss right now. No doubt Mafia was taken down. On the other side, Fyme Khan has also been taken down. Fyme Flicker as well, as HFD is going in for a fight right now, and the fights are happening out somewhere. And look at this. Batsab can take the Motu with this grenade. 1 grenade can actually take down the players out there. Motu has taken a lot of damage right now, and HFD moving in forward. Motu, can he survive for his team? Can he save his team from the catastrophe, as the players of Fyme have been taken down? 2 players is going down. A grenade kill is coming in. Fyme Motu has also been taken down. 1 player surviving from Fyme. 7Z. How far can he survive is going to be a big question, as Fyme is losing its players.
Yeah, one after the other, all of the players were killed off. And now 7Z, he's going to be forced to just run away from this entire situation.
I picked up Fyme, and why is there a caster's curse with me? I don't know.
Okay, just, you're a bad analyst.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too, bro. All right. So second airdrop has the AWM. You can see the 8 times scope. So this is going to be a really good one. And PES Khan is right on the underside of this airdrop. So Portal eSports. All right. Should I pick Portal eSports now?
Yeah, I think you should just stop picking teams in itself entirely. I think you should avoid picking teams now.
All right, let's not play this game anymore. It's no fun now. It's actually turning into a depressing game for me right now for some reason. All right, 47 is out there. He has taken some of the damage out there. FTF Charlie is still trying to spot the players out on his area. Umar can spot the players. This is an interesting thing. See, you can spot the players, and do you know actually the player spotting, it comes in from the fact that you can either hear footsteps if the players are close, and either you can obviously you can use the scopes and all. But actually, the research actually PUBG's research actually just came out that ping does not matter
in spotting out players.
No. In the fact that sometimes people say now that the player with a lower ping has a good advantage.
It is called Peaker's advantage.
It's called Peaker's advantage, yeah. But then there was an article I was reading, and it actually shows that ping actually does not matter as much as your gun skills matter sometimes.
Yeah, you can deal with Peaker's advantage if you are good at predicting people, if you're good at reading people, and you know. I know some people with enough experience, like Krat, one of those guys who has so much experience playing shooting games that he can predict exactly where the person is going to pop out from. And he already has his gun ready over there. But on the other side, it does take a lot of skills to get over in those situations and to reach at that level.
Exactly, that just comes out there. But look at this. Look at this. The circle is on the Rozhok and shooting range island side. So it's 50% on this area, 50% on that area. So we'll have to see where it just takes the circle marks its shift right now. So as of now, the players are stuck in the side of Rozhok and or the other side of the island, and they are just trying to spot the players. Take them out. 2x still taking up a fight with the blue zone, if anything. And Aqua, they've had one kill. Aqua still playing with the 3 players. Obviously, the 3 players are wreaking havoc, if anything. But then they need to secure a good place in top 16, and they are just trying to work for it and go for it if they can. Aqua Hamza still trying to spot the players out there. H2E with all the 4 players surviving on the downside of this race of the house area, this squad house-ish area. They are on that side. We'll have to see if the players, just go up with the fights, because as of now, even with the 13 minutes and 30 seconds mark, DFUZe was the closest team, and once again, Fyme and DFUZe were the 2 closest teams that have just one player left in them. Otherwise, no squad has been eliminated right now.
Yeah, no squad has been eliminated. Still one single lad surviving from a few of the teams, but 54 players in there. So a lot of players have gone down already, but 13-minute mark, still pretty early to call out anything and see if anything is going to come in. But this player, Arkadians Ash, he has 2x officials coming in his direction. The bike is going to be spotted, but the shots from the DP are not fired yet. And he's being careful, but now they are out in the open. And now I think he's going to start the engagement. The spray, can it connect? Can he get a knock on the driver? He does so much damage, but the knock is still not going to come in.
Almost one more bullet would have. Look at this. He sprayed on one guy, and the other one was just sitting out there on the sidecar and was like, nope. All right, the driver is getting shot. No worries for me. That was just one thing that happened. Wires almost with just one bullet surviving out there. I mean, if it would have been one more bullet, it would have been a bad thing. Envy Deadshot also goes down in the fight of their own. So this can be one thing. Envy Deadshot will be taken out here by FS Baba as Envy lose one of their players right now. Envy's 2 more players are out there. I think they can be in a bit of trouble because Envy is out in the open. Envy Epsaw needs to heal. He needs to heal. He has been spotted as well. So Envy will have to see if Envy just, goes for a comeback right now in this Rozhok area, or will Envy be surrounded from all the sides, because there are 3 directions, and from all the sides, Envy's players are being shotted as Moise also goes down. It's time to throw up a smoke psych, because that will be an important scenario out there. You cannot revive out in the open, but Saab as well is trying to spot the players, take them out, and 60 damage has been given out there. The vehicle will be out there for the covers, as Psych would like to go up and pop up a post-it right now. Envy is almost in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, Envy is going to be in a bad situation, but they can come back from this as well. Just need to think about how to proceed in the next part of the game, as once again the circle has moved and has made the massive shift towards the northern part of the island, and most of the teams decided to cluster in the Rozhok city. So they will have to make the cross. They will have to cross from the Rozhok city on towards the northern island, which is going to be quite tricky because 2 options there, either the bridge or the water.
Exactly. It's like what sort of scenario do you want to choose and all those things. So We'll have to see what happens out there. And 2x Alyan goes down as Fyme7Z, the lone survivor of Team Fyme, is still taking up the fights. You can see he has knocked and finished one player. The thing is, if the opponents know that he is the lone survivor, they'll try and rush in. That's one thing that they are doing. Can this guy take up this 1v4 in his hands? It's going to be one of the questions. He has taken a 1v1. The other players are moving in. He was just rushing away. Spots one, takes him down as well. Fyme7Z is doing wonders right now. Spots another one, but he will be taken down out in this one, as Sajid was out there with just 10 HP surviving.
You know what what the amazing thing was? As soon as the guy charged in on stairs, 7Z went in on him, did not take a single unit of damage when he got the knock. And he did so much damage to the second guy as well. I think he should have been more patient with his actions, and he would have definitely been able to clutch that one out. But now, Aqua Hamza on our screens with the TP Bison is going to spot out the player from the side of TUF, and Terminator is going to be spotted out. He's going to be knocked out as well. Thor, he is looking to run away, but can he do that? 1 versus 3 situation. All the players know where he is as they saw him get out of the car, and he is going to be finished now.
Easy finish coming in, and Aqua is doing wonders right now by taking out the players for themselves, and Aqua Hamza will be on a domination. And look at that, PES Khan has the AWM, takes down one player from F2D, and they would be wanting to finish them. Envy Moise takes up a fight with PES Vegeta as well. And out here, look at this, FTFxEsports spotted one of the players. Will they take the fight or not? That's going to be one of the things. As FD Motors also goes down, as out here TUF Venom still surviving, still just sitting out there, still just snaking out in this area. They can be taken out by FTF or Aqua from the other side, because Aqua is just spotting players incredibly.
Okay, so Basim over there needs to stop moving.
Yeah.
The movement can be noticed, and him and the player from the side of TUF, they were in a similar situation. But look at this. This is what I was talking about. Envy was in a bad situation, but they turned it around. They get a compound for themselves and fully sort of corner the entire squad of Portal eSports. They did get a couple of knocks. They are going to look to secure those kills as well. But on the other side, FTF Rams is going to spot out the squad of Aqua just driving by. The shots were fired, and I don't think any of them actually connected. But on the other side, Psych is just going to spot out the players crossing from the river. And this is what I was talking about. You have two options. You need to choose which risk is going to be less risky. Basically, either you cross from the bridge where you're going to be visible, but if you get knocked down, there is a possibility that you survive, or you go from the water where you can't fight, you don't get knocked down, you just die instantly. And Mount is going to spot out one of the players from the side of Arkadians, Leon. He's so low, and the 2x player is actually staying in the water, giving away information as to where he was, and Leon is just going to drown instead, choosing not to give away the kill.
Easy strategy out there, not giving away the kill. But look at this, M16 Psych with the 4x scope. Now there's going to be a bad situation. He's trying to spray or tap, not spray. He's trying to tap out in the smoke area, but he should be knowing that the players are in the river right now. FTF with the two players out there with this vehicle as their cover, still just sitting out there in that area. The circle has had a proper northern shift, so the players in the Rosedock area, they need to move in, and we need to move in as soon as they can. The airdrop number 4 has the AUG, has an AR extended quick draw. That's a really good thing. Aqua Hamza once again spotting out the players, and Aqua with all those 3 players surviving, they are shooting the vehicles out there, and they are still trying to take down the players. DFUZeOfficial goes down as DFUZe's players are still surviving. Look at this. F2D Umer, he has spotted the players out there. He knows that there is a full squad out in that area, but he has been spotted. The location has been compromised. This should not have happened out in this one, but it did. And a Molotov just comes in. It will be missing up its mark right now. Umer will be taken down by the Molotov. Obviously, the guns did the damage, and Molotov actually just finished the game.
Yeah, the Molotov is going to make sure that the player is not going to be there any longer. But look at this. Now, he's going to be in trouble as the players from the side of ROG are going to spot him out. RNG, they spot him out. And Buran, he is going to be stuck in this one shed, because as soon as he goes for the peak, as soon as he goes for the trade-offs, he is going to be taking so much damage. Another player from his team, HFT, is going to be making his way in here. So So Buran, he has an AK, he has a VSS with him, a good combination for this sort of a situation. But can he convert this ammo, these guns, into kills for his team? In the meanwhile, TeamvfxOXY, they will be taking an exit by the hands of Envy.
34 players alive, 12 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what just happens out in this one. NES surviving with the player number out there. RNG surviving. VFXOXY surviving. Aqua surviving. And look at this. Charlie goes down with the M24 shot. And Hamza will be destined to take the kill if he goes for the kill steal. Otherwise, it's all a good thing out there. Grenade comes in from one side on Aqua Hamza. His health has been dropped to a bit amount. But still not doing much more of a damage as VFX is destined to take the players out from the equation. And the side has been taken down as NES Snow is taking up a fight, and one more player goes down as Aqua Ferry just goes in through the smoke and just charges in. Team Envy gets eliminated out there, and now Aqua knows that the fight is on one side. They know that the throwables are going to be disturbing them on and on and on. Look at this, Ferry has this level 1 helmet and level 1 vest, and Portal eSports gets eliminated as well. Big names going away. That means someone else is going to be out there to make their big name out in this one.
Yes, someone is definitely going to come in and make a name for them. But look at this. VFXOXY, the spray actually managed to connect from that info. And Hamza, oh, that PP Bison.
That PB Bison is doing much more of a damage if needed. But look at this Aqua just moving in forward. They know that there is VFXOXY right in front of them. Fatty's moving in forward. Fatty's looking for the charge. Fatty's going to charge in, but the players will be moving in right in front of them. And now finally, you can see the shots are being thrown at him, but he is still surviving right now, still moving in from one direction to the other. The one thing is, even so far in the fights, this guy has a level 1 helmet and level 1 vest and is still managing to take players out now. They have spotted one more players out there, and we'll have to see if they can just take the players out. One more shot, one final shot, and yes, Fandy actually takes on one of the players out in this one, and Fandy is destined to finish them. Or TeamvfxVenom can actually steal the kills if that happens, but Venom is going to move into the other direction. That's going to be something out here that just happens.
Yeah, but Venom, as he moves in the other direction, is going to be finished off by the player from the side of H2E. Oh man, that was so unfortunate. And I actually agree with you. He should have gone for the kill steals. That would have been much easier and would have been much safer for him. But on the other side, the reason TeamvfxVenom was taken out, he's going to be taken down by the blue zone. So karma is going to kick in over here. But look at this. Aqua Hamza still choosing to stick with that PP Bison of his. And it has been working out for him, as once again he is going to get another kill for himself. Goes on a rampage. And that is going to mean that the man has 5 confirmed kills on him. But one of the players from the team Aqua was knocked down. Can they go in this one? How far can they go? It's just a 3-man squad. 1 knockdown, just 2 people left standing.
Let's see how far this team actually goes right now. Wasim has been spotted out there. The shot being given by TeamvfxOXY, and they are going to be taking out one player. Wasim, the confirmation should come in anytime soon. 17 surviving, ladies and gentlemen. 18 players alive. Which team is going to be winning out in this one? Aqua. So now Aqua is getting damaged from the play zone. Obviously, the blue circle, the 6th circle out there. But they are still at the edge of the circle. We'll be reaching out there in no time. Look at this. Players from Aqua go down as FTF picks up a fight, and VFX actually joins the party, stealing all the kills. 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kills. 2 kills have been stolen, and third person, Aqua Fanny, is still surviving out in this one. The guy who has actually, just done the most of the damage from Team Aqua is still going to be surviving for his team, for himself. How far can he go? That will be one of the questions.
Yeah, but he is in such a bad situation. He's been surrounded from every single direction, so he needs to be really, really careful. Plus, the team of Aqua, if you remember, they are out in the open as well. So that is going to be tricky for him to make that one work. Look at this. Just the smoke is the only thing protecting him. VFXOXY can take him out at any given moment, but they are choosing to deal with the high priority targets first. In the meanwhile, RNG Venom is going to drop down Rage from the side of VFXOXY, and Aladdin is going to spot out the players from the side of HFD, as well as Batsab took so much damage, sitting on 20% health right now. Ooh, the nade from the other side is going to make sure that he's sitting at an even lower health now, and Blade is going to jump out, go on Fatty, step on him first, and then shoot him in the face, as Team Aqua is going to be eliminated now.
The RNG taking up the fight, spotting out the players, and with just 1 HP out there, RNG's players still surviving. Teen Wolf, you can see, had the AUG but could not do the damage out there. 16 to be eliminated, was out right in front of you guys. Now 5 teams surviving. 12 players remaining. Which team is going to be winning out this one, as a circle is out there on the other side? RNG needs to move in 100 meters, 77 meters to be precise, inside the circle right now. You can see HFD, RNG, H2E, FTF, all big names out there, H2E as well. All big names just surviving out here. NortheSports, Snow was low on health, but will be taken out as Hamzo with a Scar L does a catastrophic damage. So 4 teams remaining, 10 players surviving, ladies and gentlemen. Which teams, which players are going to be out there, as one more player buys the dust, and that's going to be Venom out there. And FTF Lala also goes down as S3 failures. Scar L is doing much more of a catastrophic damage out here.
Yeah, it is doing a lot of damage, and look at this, RNG, they are stepping up big time in this one, and so is HFD. But FTFxOXY with that nade is going to make sure that Old Boy is not going to be a part of the standing, and Aladdin is going to drop FTF Lala from this game, just reducing the probability of those teams actually getting the chicken dinner for themselves. And the Molotov, it's going to do so much damage, but who needs a Molotov, as Charlie is going to be the reason that H2E are going to be taken down to the top 3 teams, and 7 people are in this game alive. FTFxOXY, the only man left standing for his team, and the other 2 teams in a 3 versus 3 situation. And open ground is what is forcing these teams to lie down. And Coronas, he has spotted out the players from the side of RNG, and Hamzo is going to be taken down by the blue zone, which is going to be quite unfortunate, because now the team is just going to be left with 2 people standing. But Charlie can change things around as he spots out Coronas. The damage was dealt out as well, but still he jumps behind the tree and manages to be safe, avoiding the last few ticks.
Now need to reload as well. Does not have a backpack, obviously, so that means the guns amount is going to be so less. The bullets amount is going to be so less, and they have to take the fight right in front of a 3v1v1 scenario. Now they are looting from the other teams, obviously, and taking all the loots, all the things that they can. Will they be removing the backpack? That's going to be one of my questions. As FTFxOXY is just sitting out there, you can see the POV of RNG and HFD's players as well. Aladdin is on one side, but Aladdin has not spotted the players of HFD right now. Aladdin is going for the sprays, going for the shots, obviously, but will be spotted and will be taken out. 1v3 situation, ladies and gentlemen. RNG gets eliminated. HFD surviving, FTF surviving. The circle is in the holds of FTF, but will the chicken dinner be theirs? It's gonna be one of the questions out there. HFD wants to make the name, FTF wants to make the name in this one, and they have the exact spot of where the players are. But Saab goes down. Charlie needs to heal right now if they want to go for it, and the little kill will be confirmed. Obviously a really good scenario out here. Charlie, 40 bullets out there. 40 bullets can do the damage. Yes, they do it. 10 HP for the guy. 10 HP. The 10 HP almost shaking them down, but FTF gets eliminated out in this one.
Yeah, almost clutching it out. FTFxOXY, that was an amazing performance. The man is the only reason his team has 4 kills. Otherwise, they were sitting at 0. But Charlie, that one was amazing. 1 versus 3 situation. Kills one, drops the other one down as well, and then manages to drop the last guy down to 40% health. I mean, he could have actually taken that one out if the side steps had been a little better. I don't know what to say. It was so close for him, and it was just one sort of an unfortunate situation. Otherwise, this one could have been his, but still managing to finish in the top 2. I think that has to be good enough.
The thing is that Charlie was actually spotting the players, going for the crowd shot, shot as well. Had the HP would have been something more, because he left the other opponent just 1 HP or something as well. So that was just more than impressive. And I mean, that's how the fight just changed in all the things. Let's just have a look at the MVP out here, because if anything, it's going to be Cronus from HFD. 6 kills, 655 damage, 26 minutes and 40 seconds of survival time, and 7.71 kilometers of the total distance covered by them.
There's a good stats coming in, but from the side of HFD, they had 10 kills, 6 on Cronus, and Bhattab, he had 4. So 2 players just sort of focused on the aggression, but the other teammates were required as well, as we saw towards the end. One guy had to be a distraction to spot out where Charlie exactly was, or they had to pull out some shots from Charlie to distract him, and the other 2 people would go in and shoot on him. That is exactly what they were trying to do, but Charlie somehow managed to outsmart them and drop down 2 players instead of 1. So for a moment, I think even HFD would have thought, did we just bite off more than we can chew?
probably, but that would have been like one thing. We saw the MVP. Let's have a look at the top 5 players who had the impact out in this one, as names are going to be out here. Cronus obviously making its way. Aqua Hamza with 5 kills. All of them came from Bison. RNG Hamzo with 5 kills as well. FTF Charlie, obviously the name is going to be outshining out there. 888 damage for the person. HFD Butsab as well coming in back for HFD's 8 with 4 kills for themselves. So HFD, they have 10 kills.
Yeah.
And this is where all the 10 of them are as of now.
Yeah. So an amazing performance coming in. As I said, Butsab and Coronas pulling up the numbers together on the board.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is going to be the thing that helps HFD have a better standing, because now, as I was saying since day one, the objective is not going to be to get as many chicken dinners as you can. The objective in the semifinals is not going to be to get on the first position mark. It's going to be to stay in that top 16 position so you can play the finals, where you will be going all out. So you need to pace yourself as well, because burnout can actually be a thing.
Exactly, that will be a thing out here,
Yeah.
because the players, they need to just pay attention to everything, every mistake that they're doing. And this game, I mean, it just shows me one thing: the big names can go down, and the underdogs, if anything, like not even the underdogs, but the names that people want to see, they can come up. They have to fight in themselves. Like HFD showed it, FTF showed it out there. RNG, obviously, RNG is a really good team, to be honest.
And apart from that, RNG is actually a really good team. They had an amazing performance during group stage, but apart from that one sort of last finish, another highlight moment in this game was that 1v3 with Fyme being involved. But let's have a look at the game standings and see how many points did each team get from this one. As we know that HFD, they are going to be sitting at the 30-point mark. RNG make it to the second position. They finished third, but because they had more kills, they are going to have 18 points. FTF also 18 points, third position. Team Aqua on the fourth with 13 points. VFXOXY on the 5th with 11 points, NortheSports on the 6th with 10 points, H2E on the 7th with 9 points, and Team NV on the 8th with 6 points. Moving on to the next set of teams, let's have a look and see how the other teams did. As FTFxEsports on the 9th, Arkadians on the 10th, Freestyle on the 11th, Portal eSports on the 12th, DFUZeOfficial on the 13th, Team TUF on the 14th, DFUZe on the 15th, and Fyme, they are going to be the last one on this, as that was the team that lost out most of their players early on, and they are going to be on the 16th position for now.
For this game, obviously, but then comebacks can obviously, just be right around the corner. But then where will it keep Fyme right now, the overall standing? That's going to be one of my questions. Will HFD, FTF have a really big boost with their win and all those things? And Aqua, where will it keep Aqua? Because Aqua is also, struggling to be in top 16, if anything. And where is it going to be keeping all those teams? It's going to be right around the corner, because we, in a while, will be looking through the overall standings and all those things. And the thing will be that some teams might go up, some might go down. So let's just have a look at the overall standings, if anything, and let's see where the number just takes each and every team. All right, so NV obviously just sitting out there.
Yeah.
HFD, they have had a really big boost with this chicken dinner for themselves.
Yeah, big boost coming in is going to make sure that they are sitting on the second position for now. Freestyle on the 3rd, NortheSports on the 4th, Fyme on the 5th, Portal eSports on the 6th, LOU eSports on the 7th, TeamvfxOXY on the 8th position for now. And so it is going to be LOU eSports for, just for now. They are the only team that is sitting in the top 8 with just 8 games played. But moving on to the next set of standing, let us see how the teams are doing over here. As Hellraisers, no games today on the 9th, 247 on the 10th, H2E on the 11th, TUF on the 12th, Bablu on the 13th, Arkadians on the 14th, Nexus team on the 15th, and Gaming Hub is going to be on the 16th position.
Yeah, as of now, these were the top 16 teams. But then moving on, there will be a set of teams that have had their ups and downs. As you can see, RNG. See, RNG had a really good game, but still they are surviving to be in the top 16 right now. F2D as well on the 18th, Aqua on the 19th. So Aqua and RNG still could not make it to the top 16 as of now. 2x on the 20th, FTF, FTF also had a really good game, like Charlie almost clutching it. They are still at the 21. So second, third, and fourth position teams in this game are actually at 17, 19, and 21 in the overall. Zar3D, Rogue Nation, DFUZe as well on the area. So this is like really a new kind of scenario for me. Like the names that were at the downwards edge were stepping up in this one.
Yeah, they are going to be in a tricky situation, because now, as we were talking about this, that was just one game. You still need to have a consistent performance to move in towards the top 16 and have a good enough standing in the top 16, so that when you're not playing, you don't get kicked out. We talked about this yesterday. I think Hellraiser have already made that happen since they were sitting on the top 8. And when Hellraisers come back in, they can once again look for the consistent finishes and secure their spot towards the final slot. But for now, let's have a look at the kill leaders for the overall and see who all are going to be there. As NB Psych, he did take the first position spot for himself recently. 22 kills for him. Deadshot is going to be on the second with 21. Freestyles Baba is going to be on the third with 17. Bhatsa from HFD after that game is going to be on the fourth position with 17 kills as well. Fyme Motu is going to be on the fifth with 16 kills. But moving on to the next set of kill leaders, RNG's Hamzo is going to be on the 6th with 16 kills. HFD's Coronas is going to be on the 7th with 15 kills. Next is NortheSports. Sensi is going to be on the 8th with 14. LOU eSports Ghost is going to be on the 9th with 14. Next is Hunk is going to be on the 10th with 14 kills as well.
As of now, like from 21 to 14, these are all the kills that have been out in the banks of each and every player now there. But Envy obviously leading the charts out here.
Yep.
And there's one more region where the kill count is like 57 for an individual player. That is just more than impressive. Let's see the teams out here also and just bring out 1 or 2 games that are very much needed like this and maybe just, top the charts once again.
Yeah, maybe they can go for the topping the charts, and Envy has been doing that for a while now, but we still have to see, can they keep this going or are they going to be kicked off that throne? And after the kill leaders, let's have a look at the damage dealers as well and see is Psych. Yeah, Psych is just going to be taken over by none other than his teammate Deadshot with 4005 damage. Psych is going to be on the second with 3772. Amer from NortheSports is going to be on the third with 3260. Freestyle Baba is going to be on the fourth with 3070. And fifth is going to be HFD's Bhatsa with 3047.
Yeah, as of now, these are the top 5 damage dealers, if you will, and Deadshot is lead. So on one side, it's Psych that is leading Char, on the other side, it's Deadshot. But will they be leading the next matches? You never know.
Yeah, only time will answer that question. But for now, we'll be taking a short break. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hello everyone and once again welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals. We are done with game number 1 for day number 4 and now it's going to be time for game number 2. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma.
Yep. Cool. All right, so Sanhok, right?
You're like a turntable, right? You get stuck in the middle.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Sanhok. So the thing about Sanhok that actually intrigues me a lot always is that there are 3 islands. Let's just call it 2.5 islands because Camp Alpha, no one goes out there. So
people have been going there so far. Like for the past 3 days.
The past 3 days.
Past 3 days.
So it's like a new dream destination for the players. People started going there because the circle was there, and after that people were like, this exists.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I've never been here before.
We found
what
something.
What is this place?
We found something out in this one. But then, coming back to the game, ladies and gentlemen, previous game was really good by HFT, obviously having the second chicken dinner. FTF Aqua just stepping up to their marks. 17, 19 and 21 position in the overalls for themselves. But will they be making their mark in this one? Because the Sanhok's game is live, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of your screens. It will be coming as we are talking about it from Mognai to Camp Alpha.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We were talking about the circle being there, but the plane is also going to be there as well. But look at this. A lot of teams have gone for that early exit. And that is just going to change the entire situation because... okay, so earlier an interesting thing happened when you and I were casting a different region as well, wherein Hathin was one of the places that was left empty. Teams like to go to Hathin. It's going to be a downward rotation or basically an easy rotation straight into wherever the next circle is going to be.
And no one's behind you, so there's no need to fight.
But like Khatun was left empty, Freestyle is definitely going to go there. Diffuse are taking the Camp Alpha for themselves, so they are going to be uncontested. VFX, look at this. That is a weird thing now. Rage is split up from his team.
Already 2x is in a bad spot as they lost one of their players. If something, we'll have to see what happens. Look at the circle, a properly centralized land mass area. Like that's going to be one of the things. And the first blood has been drawn by TUF as on this area you can see Cam Bravo is becoming a good fight area. If anything, the fighting league is starting out in this one as 2x just loses one of the players and TUF will be looking really good for their fights. Virus, Sajid and Moth will be surviving out in this one. Terminator, Thor, Venom in their areas just sitting out there, chilling out there for now. If anything, we'll have to see what happens if the fights just proceed or something because 2x they are situated in just 2 houses and TUF has the area. Like it's like 90% of the area is being occupied by TUF while this 2% of Cam Bravo is being occupied by 2x. So 2x can be, easily tricked in the fighting sorts if the fights just happen out in this one. So we'll have to see if that just happens out there or not. On the other hand, you can see HFT's Uma. So HFT, they had a really good first game. Would not like to lose one of the players in the earlier stages of this one. So we'll have to see if the fights, just go up away from those players, if anything.
Yeah, we have to see how they plan to get away from this one. And it is going to be Terminator on that high ground. But Virus, he's going to take a lot of hits from behind as the players, they have a wraparound for themselves. And while Virus is going to be knocked down, can the finish come in as well as 2x? They are going to be in so much trouble. One player already taking an exit and the other one is going to be knocked down. So 2 versus 4 situation is going to come in from their side as Edgar is closing in slowly and steadily and he can get a finish. Oh, Sajid, he spots out Thor out in the open. That was a bad rotation, but Thor turns it around. The knock is going to come in on Edgar instead, yeah.
That was something that has happened out in this one. So we'll have to see how the fights actually go. And you can see 2x, they were in the bad spot. Now see it is even worse. And 2x becomes the first team to be eliminated, ladies and gentlemen, out in the fights, in the earliest of the fights. And no one expected that one.
Yeah, no one expected that one except, I think, the players from the side of TUF. But look at this. This is also going to be a bad situation as HFD, the team that got the chicken dinner the last time, is going to be cornering, is going to be collapsing upon the players from the side of FTD. 3 versus 2 turned into a 2 versus 2 by the players from the side of FTD as Murtaza. He's going to be quite close to Talal and Mafia in that hut of theirs. And we still have to see that if he can actually take this one for his team. Does not have a helmet, does not have an armor, no heals available, just an AK that is in his hand. Is this going to be enough? That is going to be a huge question.
Exactly. The thing is, like, whatever they have, is it going to be like for them or not for them? We might have to see out in the scenarios or something that are just going to come in. And FTD Mafia has that FPP switch on himself. And all right, so there's one thing. for TPP switch, like you have that TPP advantage.
Yeah.
FPP, you have to rely on the pure skills, because like the footsteps and all those things, the sound that should be coming in, if that just does not come in at the right time, it's like an end game for yourself and the team overall, because even one of the players that gets a knock, it's just the end game for the person.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be an end game. But look at this, another interesting thing. Arkadians and Portal eSports. Again, they meet at the Paradise Resort. Those teams, whenever they are playing together in the same lobby, they are going to contest each other. But Murtaza takes a lot of damage. Mafia is going to spot him out. But the Free Fire is not going to connect as they come in contact out in the open. Oh, Murtaza, the Lal and Mafia, both of them knocked down. The man survives with like 15 health in himself in a 1 versus 2 situation.
Just
Amazing.
as 8 bullets for himself, will be applying a medkit as soon as he can. Can he just pull it off in the time that is needed? As F2D's 2 more players will be moving in, and HFD Murtaza just shows that why he was an incredible player in the previous game as well. Obviously, just doing out much more of the damage for the team that was needed out in that one. And Murtaza just wants to move in. Will be having the guns, will be having the bullets for himself as well. But can he pull off this 1v4? He has pulled off a 1v2 right now. Still does not have any helmet or something for his aid as of now. And F2D's 2 more players are still sitting out. They're still surviving out there in that one. We'll have to see what just happens or what does not happen out for the fights and all the scenarios, as the players are still striving, still surviving, trying to survive if anything. And let's see if they just, end up surviving or not in this.
Yeah, we still have to see. So this man just clutched out a 1 versus 2, and now again he's going to be in a 1 versus 2. But that's how the teammate is going to be quite close. But look at this, H2E so close to 0, but Envy is going to be in trouble. This Aqua Fatty is going to drop and kill off Envy Absaw. So that is going to be an unfortunate situation. And on the other side, Umair is going to drop down one of the players from the side of HFD, as Cronus is going to be dropped and knocked down. Can they get the finish? 2 versus 2 situation turned into a 2 versus 1. But once again, it is the same man left in the 1 versus 2 situation. Murtaza, he clutched out a 1 versus 2. Now again, he needs to do the same. Will history repeat itself? Do I call it history? It just happened a few minutes ago.
Will the
last few minutes
just repeat itself? That can be like one of the phrases out there. Arcadians, on the other hand, just sitting out there, and PES was slowly and steadily just moving towards them. HFD Murtaza still sitting. HFD Murtaza still surviving out there, does not have a helmet anymore as of now, and is going to be putting up a smoke. He needs to revive his teammate. And HFD, so a team that has had a chicken in the previous game, they are at a bad spot right now, and 47 is trying to spot the players out there, and Murtaza just moves in, charges in, and will be safe. The revive is coming in. He has picked up his player, started picking up his player, but on the other hand, 37 bullets on Thompson, 47 is going for a rotation right now, rotation on the left-hand side, and they can spot the players out from that area. Going for the spray, going for the shots. The shots are coming in. The shots actually hit Murtaza right now. Murtaza takes one more person out there, and final person remaining from the other side. What is gonna happen? As you can see, Umar wants to move in forward. Umar is moving in forward. Vector versus AKM, drop shots, and Murtaza clutches a 1v4.
Yeah,
this guy was a god in this fight.
Yeah, this man was important in those situations. First a 1v2, then a 1v2, and the players made this. Okay, the first time it wasn't a mistake. They ran in at the same time. It was just a mistiming.
The line of fire.
The line of fire was sort of not there. That was the first time. This time it was a mistake. They gave him separate 1v1s, which are more easier to fight in than a same 2v1 situation. Should not have done that. You had the numbers on your side. You can go in together. But on the other side, let's talk about this now. As Arkadians come in contact with Portal eSports, Nocto and Khan, they are charging, and Ash is going to be spotted out in the next couple of seconds. As he tried to rotate out in the open, I think Nocto, he spotted him out, but the nade is going to be thrown out in the open just to see if it can actually dish out some damage. And I don't think so. That is going to do anything, as it is going to land a little bit away from Ash, or it is going to land where Ash was standing a few seconds earlier. But now Vegeta is going to make his way in here. Wolverine is left on the sidelines, as the man is going to look to find a flanking position, but Vegeta in the balcony takes a lot of damage from Tala, who is all the way away in the long distances. Tala and Leon are far away. They are the backlines of this fight. Well, Ash is going to be fighting from the middle area out in the courtyard, and Faison is hiding on the ground floor of the building. So they have all the position covered up almost.
Paradise Resorts area, the area that will be just out here for a while. Will the fights be happening out in this area? The circle is out here, and look at this. Spazan takes down one, takes down two from ES. Spazan moves in, takes down third one as well on just 1 HP. He takes down 3 players. How is this like? Is this what? 1v3s, 1v4s, everything is happening on in this one. Wolverine will be the last man surviving. PES, it just changed everything for them in just 1 second. How did Fazan go for this one? I mean, no words, pure skill is what he just did right now. Drop shots and takes down 3 players from Portal eSports. Khan is still surviving out there. I mean, he needs a revive. The clock is ticking on him, and now Fazan, we have seen what this guy can do on 1 HP. With just 75 HP, I mean, he can just drop down a lot of more players out there. Og with the extended quick draw AR in the second airdrop. Let's see if someone utilizes this in this one.
Yeah, let's see if someone can get that gun in their hands and make it count where it exactly matters. But the last player from the side of Portal eSports, Wolverine, he's going to be forced to run away as all the players from Arkadians actually come to where he was a little bit earlier, and they try and see, okay, where's the last guy? Let's just get a squad wipe on us. Khan, he's going to bleed out slowly and steadily as the kill is going to go to the players of Arkadians, and Wolverine is just not going to want any piece of this squad who are in here to prove a point, who are in here to make sure that the standings are good and that they make it into the finals where they can actually contest the spot for the World League.
Exactly. That's totally true out there. I mean, that's the bigger goal, the biggest goal out there, the biggest vision for the players to be in, to stay in, to be at, and it'll give the players time as well to just learn the other players' strategies, other players' techniques, and all those things if they want to go for that, those scenarios, those things out there for themselves. Arkadians Fazan still moving in at the areas of the Paradise Resort. They are moving in from one direction to the other direction, one area to the other area, picking up all the stuff that they need for themselves as Arkadians, with all those 4 players of themselves or for themselves, just trying to go in from one direction to the other, to the other. That's just gonna be one of the things. 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more minute for the second circle to just close in. DFUZeOXY, look at this. The guy is moving in forward, but he can be making a mistake as RNG is just ready. 4 players are ready for a single player fight.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of teams do this. They rush into compounds without even checking. So before you go into the compounds, you need to stop a couple of, I think 100 or 150 meters should be okay if you have the scopes, and see if you can spot out anyone going in there before that. But
check left and right before you cross the road. That thing, exactly that thing.
You need to check your left and right as well, actually, because you can be shot from there as well.
The TVP is coming in as we have DFUZeOXY. They take down 1 player out there, and DFUZeOXY, the grenade comes in, Aladdin goes down. So RNG, the fight has been started out here. Hamzo, can he just clutch it out for the players or not? That's going to be one of the questions out there.
The nade went and it did explode behind it, but because of the angle we did not see it, it looked like he just threw the nade and hit him with a rock.
That can be one of the things.
Angle was so weird over there.
I mean, like, all right. Fahad takes on 1 more player with a rock out there, if anything, if you'd like to say like that.
That one did explode over there. But
HFD gets eliminated. So HFD, the team that was winning the previous game, gets eliminated out in this one. And Hamzo with 1 more grenade. The throwables are coming in. And on the one side, TeamvfxOXY has grenaded his own player, if anything. And now that will be a different direction. Obviously, now he moves out of the house right now. RNG, the players need a revive, if you can see, and Oxy is on there in one direction.
Yeah, Rage is going to be quite tricky to get to, but he's going to be the man that sort of deletes the entire squad of RNG, because he has taken down 1, and if no one is able to finish him off, he can throw those throwable utilities, including the Molotovs and the nades, and basically take down at least 2 players from the side of RNG. Venom is bleeding out. Venom might be giving information as to where he is, but look at this. A nade is going to come in, and 1 man is going to go down already. Aladdin, he is still standing. It was a stun. It was a stun. He was flashed. And that is going to allow the opportunity for the side of players from DFUZeOXY to go in. They take down 2. Just 1 man left standing. Fahad, can he take this one? No. In that one hut, he just cornered himself and he is going to die. DFUZeOXY played this one so beautifully.
Oh my God, this was the game, the way the game needs to be played out in this one. And I mean, this this is not the Sanhok that we guys are used to. This is an incredible one. So many 1v4s, 1v3s are coming in this Sanhok for some reason, obviously. It can just change everything in the equation of the games that we just like to see and enjoy. It's much better than the Sanhok that we are used to be honest.
Yeah, it is much better than the Sanhok, because one thing I liked about that was the use of the stun.
Yeah.
You hardly get to see those. They stunned inside the house. 2 people rushed in and they were like, wait, what? Do people actually
like,
use this?
I mean, the players were like, grenades? Nah, those are old school. Let's
try something new.
Yeah, and Aqua now on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, they've lost one of their players out there, but Hamza, he has... all right, so see, Aqua's players have done damage with Bison. Let's see what they can do if they have... QBZ in their hands. Obviously, the guys are going to be doing much more damage. As far as the players out there, Moise was on the areas and Psych as well. But what's going to happen out in this one as Aqua Friday? He's on 90-ish HP right now. Level 2 helmet, level 2 is properly in a good condition. So they have a compound for themselves. But can they just take up a fight? It's going to be like one of the questions out in this one.
That is definitely going to be the question. But I think, yeah, they can make this one happen. But Diffuse on the high ground. Aqua, they have the advantage in the sense that they have the huts for cover. But once again, need to prioritize your position in the circle right now, because apart from these compounds, it is just going to be an open land up in front of them. And they need to make sure that if they are leaving these compounds for a better position, that they get to it as fast as they can without making sort of any situation worse for them, because Aqua, as we know, it's just 3 people in the entire team. As soon as they lose a man, the probability of them making anything useful happen just keeps dropping and dropping.
Exactly.
They start the game with a disadvantage.
Exactly, and that's like, while other players, if they lose one player, they'll be at the place where Aqua is from the start. So that's just one of the things that comes in on mentally as well. Like, that you cannot be as aggressive. It's a thing that Aqua is still going so aggressive right now. But for other teams, if they are starting with 3 players, they may not be that aggressive if anything in themselves. So that can be just one of the things. If that happens, Diffuse on the other hand, the team that got eliminated earlier in the previous game, now they are trying to go for a longer game in this one. Aqua Fatty goes down as Diffuse's players just go in, charge in. So Aqua, now it is a problem for Aqua, as Aqua will be left with just 1 player. And the kill being stolen by NV Psych. See, a kill is a kill, right?
Yeah, definitely. A kill is going to be a kill. But look at this as well. He has parked the bike inside the house. And I love the observers for this one. That is a beautiful shot, Ocean. I think you would like it. But look at this. Aqua Hamza, he's been spotted out the players from the side of Envy. And Psych can actually try and go for this one. But Hamza, he's hiding behind the small wall on the side of the house. So spotting him out is going to be tricky. And engaging in the fight is going to be difficult. But Envy with his teammates just dive in. And Hamza is going to be taken out as Aqua exit the game on the 12th position.
Aqua exiting early in this one. Previous game was really good for the team, if anything. And now Psych is going to be using a first aid. And after this, obviously, it's going to be popping up the painkillers and all those things that they need. So Portal Esports is left with 1 player. Obviously, they had a 1v3 fight with the Arkadians on one of the sides. And look at this. The grenade was so close to FS Baba. His health is actually on a lower area. Arkadians, they are taking another fight right now. This time, it's going to be with FS Fazan with 1 more grenade. 1 more good grenade can just take the players down. And yes, it does. Fudrutsu goes down. Baba goes down. As Arkadians' Fazan will be given the title of a Grenadier. Now, Malik is the lone survivor out there. Malik is throwing smokes right now. 1 more grenade. 1 more grenade to rule them all. Will this be the grenade out there? Will it burst out in the right area? Ooh. It was a bit short right now, but still the damage has been done, as FS will be losing the 2nd player, if not being revived on the rightest time, as Fudrutsu is moving in forward. Will it be touched in time? I don't think so, as Fudrutsu will be taken down. Malik will be taken down, as well as Fyme joins the party right now, and Malik has been taken down. So Fyme versus FS versus Arkadians, and FS is in a sandwich situation out in this one.
Yeah, FS, they are going to be in so much trouble. And Arkadian fares in. Oh, the kill was stolen by Fyme Motu. Oh man, that has to be so unfortunate. But now I think Arkadians, they're going to be pretty angry about that one. And they will make sure that they finish the last guy from the side of FS and then go and get the return money for those kills from the side of Fyme. But Fyme Motu, he's still looking to spot out the players from the side of either FS or Arkadians, and he does spot out the Arkadians. The shot being fired. Tala is going to take so much damage from Motu, and so close to... Oh, he will knock down Leon, but the Rock is going to be there for the cover, so the revive is going to come in now. And the Arkadians, they need to be careful, because when you see the kill feed on a guy you knocked, with the name from another team, you go full on passive and start watching your surrounding. You need to watch every single direction. But two snakes right in front of us. It's going to be H2E Dread and PES Wolverine.
Wolverine is the lone survivor. Can he just bite it to the core that H2E loses its players and he still survives? Now PES has 0 kills for themselves. How long can they go? What will be their journey right now? After this is going to be the question. Wolverine takes down one. Failure has been taken down. Out in this one, Wolverine changing his location. Dread has spotted him. Dread is moving in out in this area. 1v2 gameplay coming in, but PES actually loses this one, and Portal Esports will be exiting the server out in this game.
Yeah, they are not going to be happy about that one, but VFxOXY, they just charge in. NV Psych is right behind them. Deadshot was taken down. Moise is there as well. He's going to be dropped down by Teen Wolf, and VFX, they are just clutching this one out. Psych is the only man left standing for his team. Deadshot was knocked down. He is bleeding out slowly, but Psych, he does not have the health to take this one. He needs to be really, really careful. He needs to get away if he can, but can he do that? I don't think so. And yes, that is not going to happen, as Psych is going to be finished off by FTFxOXY nonetheless. So VFX, you're going to be in trouble now. The DMR is going to come in from Charlie, but he is in the blue zone right now, and he needs to take these players out. Oh, Charlie survived with a magic pixel and then was taken down by the blue zone. What is happening right now? FTFxEsports, they are going to be in trouble as one of the players was knocked down. And see this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams in the blue zone. All of them have lost players, and all of them are still trying to fight while they are taking damage from the blue zone as well. And this is going to be a lot of damage as well.
Fifth circle, ladies and gentlemen, 40 more seconds, 38 to be precise right now, 36 to be precise right now, and the number is going to be coming closer, if anything. Diffuse Ronnie still taking the fight here, popping the people outside the circle, and if anything, the snake is ready for the bite, but then the players on the other side are going to take him down. That is going to be NortheSports' players, and Sire, moving in forward, has one kill, the barrel in his hands, and now he'll be snaking on his own as of now, as they are trying to spot the players. If anything, FTFxEsports outside the circle, just trying to get in a good area inside the circle, but Wasim goes down. Rams, Lala goes down. Rams will be surviving out there alongside Charlie as well. If anything, if I'm not wrong right now, I think Charlie will be taken out quite earlier. So it's going to be Rams only. If Ronnie goes down, and STF Terminator becomes a dominator out in this one. He is on a domination with 3 kills. Arkadians, Fyme. 2 teams that are surviving with good amount of people. Other than that, VFxOXY is also a team with 3 people in their hands right now. 3 teammates surviving. Freestyle gets eliminated. TUF and FTF and NortheSports and Diffuse are going to be in a bad spot as they have 2 and 1 player each. And TUF actually gets eliminated out in this one.
Yeah, TUF taking an early exit was well. We are down to the top 6 teams in this game. 16 players alive. And Arkadians finally stepping up big. They have 6 kills for themselves. TeamvfxOXY, they have 8 for them, but down 1 man. And VFxOXY, they're going to be trouble as FTF. Rams is going to spot the players, but Rams is going to be taken down in an instant. And that is just going to mean that the team is going to take an exit on the 16th position, down to 5 teams, 15 players. But this circle, out in the open, there are going to be those corners of bridges, and NortheSports somewhere is going to spot one of the players from side of Arkadians. Tala is going to be taken out. Ash is going to spot as well. Leon has taken some damage. He's been dropped down to 50% health, but still Arkadians, 2 players are pretty healthy, and Tala is going to get a revive in a minute. But NortheSports, they can be the reason that Arkadians do not get the chicken in this game, and Viswa is going to be spotted out from the side of Diffuse, right behind the players from the side of NortheSports, so they need to be careful as well. It's just 2 versus 3 situation over there, and Arkadians, Leon is going to drop 5 more to finally getting the revenge for the kill being stolen, I guess.
Sorry, exactly true, like the thing that just happened quite a while back. But then Arkadians' players, they should be looking really good right now. I mean, they have all the 4 players. They have 6 kills for themselves. Fazan is the top damage dealer out there alongside HFT Murtaza, but then HFT has actually been eliminated out there. So which team's game will it be? Will it be Diffuse side just stepping up for the whole team as he is the lone survivor out there? Will it be NES and Arkadians as they are fighting? And Fazan just goes down as NES is slow, takes him down. Tala was out there. Tala will be taken down 1 HP, surviving Tala. out in this one. Helmet and rest totally gone. Popping up a first hit, but Circle will be the one that is going to do the damage. Blaze will be taking down Arkadians. The kill will be given on the NES. What's going to happen? Arcadians can lose this game if they don't prioritize the Circle, and I think Arcadians will be in a bad spot. Just as I said, Arcadians will take it down. Fyme Flicker as well had the AUG, but AUG could not do much as now his wrist will be broken and he will be taken down. NES Emma is on a 3-kill domination. Ladies and Snow needs a revive. Emma is moving in forward. Diffuse side right next to NES. Snow gets down with the play, so Arcadians was eliminated earlier. 4 teams remaining. 1 grenade can take down players out there from VFX, but still they survive to see another day.
Yeah, they will still survive, but once again, Arkadians, unfortunate for them being taken out of this one, and Fyme, now they have the chance of taking this one, but Sahir is going to make sure that NortheSports are not going to be in there, but in return, NortheSports are going to be like, buddies, you need to go as well with us, and both the teams just end up eliminating each other. Down to the top 2 teams, 7 people in this 4 versus 3 situation, but which team is going to come out on top? Fyme, one of the players, is quite low, but the remaining other players are still pretty healthy, so they can still go for these fights. But can you get in a better position? Because once again, look at this. Circle is out in the open, and right now they have some covers. If one of these teams decide to move in, they are going to be spotted out and they are going to be finished off. And as Fyme actually take the positions down in the center of the circle, VFXOXY, the blue zone is coming in. They need to move now. There's going to be the small ridge down in the center, and this is going to be the point of fighting. That's going to be the line of control now. Can they fight this one out? The utilities need to be thrown out. You need to throw your smokes for cover, but no, both the teams have decided that this should be an open fight, as Rage has been left behind in the blue zone, and he is going for the heals again and again and again. How many does he have that he thinks he can go for a heal battle? But was that a nade? Was that a smoke? That was a nade. It misses its marks, and Roxy is still going to manage to survive. Rage now comes into the circle, and he is the Molotov being thrown. A Flicker, he barely managed to stay out of it. The damage is not going to be there, but Flicker still has been dropped down to 75%. Khan is also quite low, but to have this part of the players from the side of VFXOXY, that is going to be the question. 2 final teams, and this is going to be the final fight between these 2.
The numbers advantage on Fyme's side. Flicker as he's just sitting out there. Modu as well. Khan as well. Sneak is sneaking his way fairly close to plate right now. If the spot plate, that will just lead the players go down, as VFXOXY will be losing one of the players. And look at this. Look at Sneak. Look at Sneak. He's so close to his opponents. Just right next to them. Just right next to his opponents.
Yeah.
But do they know it? As Reaper does not have a backpack, so he is one with the nature right now. The snakes are out here. Reaper and Rage fairly close. Sneak has spotted the players right now, as now they know, and Reaper will be taken down, but Sneak will be taken down as well, as Reaper drops one. The fight is a 3v3 right now, just after they finish one of the players, and now he has compromised his location. But the fact is, now it's a 3v2. Fyme is out there, 2v2 situation, as the players have been taken out. Reaper is out there. Modu takes down 1 versus 2. Khan and Modu on one side, and Rage on the other side. The revival is coming in. The revival that is needed out there. But look at this. Rage moving in forward. Rage, the guy that was doing the heal battle outside the circle, he will be spotted, will be taken down. And Fyme actually takes a win in this one, in this match of Sanhok, in an amazing, incredible way.
Yeah, an amazing performance coming in from the side of Fyme. And Ocean, you got a prediction right.
I did not predict for this match,
But you did predict Fyme earlier, so yes, something worked for him. Not the same game, but later in the day you get it right.
If anything, just like the video, just like the live stream.
Yeah, just like the stream,
and share it with your friends.
Yeah, and share it with the players from Fyme, because that was an amazing performance, which needs to be made into a movie, I guess. And they had been fighting from the early game stages. That's the interesting part. But let's have a look at the MVP for the game and see which player from the side of Fyme is going to get this one. It's going to be Motu with 4 kills, 670 damage, and 3.29 kilometers traveled.
Out of these 4 kills, 3 came in the final circle. And imagine if that would not have happened, Fyme would have had less number of kills, and that would have meant actually maybe Reaper, VFX actually, getting a chicken. But right now, I think they'll be having a good fight, because they actually had a really good fight for themselves. But for now, I mean, VFX had 11 kills for themselves, and Fyme has 5. So we'll have to see, which team actually overall just comes up on the top, and all those scenarios that just happens out in that one.
Yeah, we actually have to see that, because points do matter. If you have enough points, you can climb up on the team. even if they have the chicken dinner. We have seen that happen multiple number of times. So let's see if that is going to happen as we head on towards the game standings. But before that, we need to have a look at the top 5 players from this game and see who are going to be the players who perform as MVP. And it's going to be TeamvfxOXY on the first position with 5 kills to his name. Arkadians Fairs.
Yeah, it's going to be Arkadians Fairs out there with 5 kills. Fyme with 4, HFT Murtaza with 4, and NESM with 3. So the thing is, like, if we're talking about the damage stats, I mean, obviously TeamvfxOXY did incredible stuff out in this one. Arkadians Pheasant. So Arkadians Pheasant was the reason that he did 1v3 to PES in the Paradise Resort in the starting phases. So he actually, took out most of the damage from that side. And after that, it was just a matter of time that he could take all the fights for himself. Fyme was also out there. I mean, obviously the team that is doing chicken and stuff will be out there taking all the fights and everything. So that was just a much more impressive performance from the players of Fyme, from the players of Arkadians. Obviously, Arkadians could not make it up to this area, this mark in the top 2 or something.
Yeah.
But still, they had a really good fight. DFUZe also had a good comeback in this one. Not a better one, but still a decent one.
Yeah, DFUZe, in fact, yes, I would agree with that. Not a comeback that you would want, but something that you desperately needed. Because for DFUZe, winning should not be the priority. It should be consistency. And it should be the level of performance that Bablu and Hellraisers have shown us. The consistent top 2, the consistent top 3 performances in every single game. Because even those are giving you points. Even those are giving you points that than you are already getting. Because DFUZe, right now, we have seen them, having early game finishes with just 1 or 2 points, or getting barely 2 kills for themselves in every single game. But if you finish 3rd, that's just going to be 10 points being given to you for free.
Exactly. But then let's just have a look at the game standings, that where the players are in this match of Sanhok particularly. As you can see, TeamvfxOXY, exactly. See, the thing that we were talking about, they had 5 kills. And the 6 more kills, actually, they capitalized with the 6 placement points difference. And 11, exactly. 11 kill points out there. TeamvfxOXY on the first. Now, Fyme on the second. No doubt, chicken dinner was given to the Fyme team. But then TeamvfxOXY just jumping up. NortheSports on the third, Arkadians on the fourth. DFUZeOfficial. This thing is what I was talking about. They had a really good setup out, and this one just finished 3rd. But then kills was the thing that just tipped them down. TUF on the 6th, FTF on the 7th, HFT on the 8th. So this means, the bigger names, the larger names were not out in this one. As moving on from 9 to 16, NOA, Aqua, H2A, Freestyle, Portal, F2D as well on the 13th, but then Portal on the 14th, 2X on the 15th, and RNG ending the day on the 16th in this one. So HFT also, like, they are in the top 8, but not like in the exact area, exact spot where we just just kind of wanted them.
Yeah, and RNG and Portal eSports, I think those have to be the 2 big upsets from this one, and NB as well. But RNG not having a good day today. Portal eSports, every single time they come in contest with Arkadians on Paradise Resort, Portal eSports are the one who end up with the advantage. Arkadians usually just the first time they get in good contact, Arkadians they lost a lot of players. I think it was just one guy left and he had to run away, just like what happened today for the side of Portal eSports. But this, from the second time onwards, Arkadians would just get down, pick up a gun and run away. But today they chose to fight and they came out on top. But with that, let's have a look at the overall standings as well and see how the teams are going to do and how this game is going to affect the standings.
Exactly. NV is out there on the first, obviously, as of now. HFT on the second. But look at this. All right, look at one thing. NV and HFT, it's a 20-point difference right now. If HFT have get a chicken or something, they can just contest the point, the placement of NV or something out there. Fyme is out there on the third, so Fyme has had a huge boost with this one, just 7 points behind HFT. Freestyle on the fourth, NortheSports on the fifth, 2 drop downs. TeamvfxOXY on the sixth, Portal eSports on the seventh, and LOU eSports was out there on the 8th position right now. Arkadians with just 1 point behind of LOU is out there on the 9th, TUF on the 10th, H2E on the 11th, HR on the 12th, 247 on the 13th, and so from here there's a drop. As you can see, Team Bablu on the 14th. They started on the 10th, now they're on the 14th. Next is on the 15th, and Gaming Hub will be out there just sitting and chilling on the 16th.
Yeah, but that is just because the teams are not playing today. But moving on to the last set of standings, it's going to be RNG on the 17th, F2D Esports on the 18th, FTFxEsports on the 19th, Team Aqua on the 20th, TeamvfxOFficial on the 21st, DFUZe on the 22nd, R3D on the 23rd, and Rogue Nation on the 24th. And HR, Bablu, the reason that those teams are dropping is just because that they are not playing. But imagine, I think the best case scenario, you know what that's going to be? That even when they are not playing, they somehow still manage to stay in the top 16. Because when they come back, that's going to mean that they can actually go and contest for a top in the spot in the top 4.
Exactly, that will be the thing out there. I mean, having that comeback story for the team actually just matters. Like they are not playing, but when they will, they'll just be out there contesting in the good places and all thing. But for now, if we have to look at the player, we have looked at the players, we'll look at the teams. So let's just have a look at the kill leaders as well. As of now, Envy Deadshot still leading the charts. Envy Psych really close to him. Previously it was Psych on the first, now it's Deadshot on the first. Obviously because the damage stats are out there. Fyme as well on the third, VFXOXY on the fourth, and FS Baba ending this top 5 on the fifth. But then moving on from 6 to 10, we have Bud Sahab as well from HFT, RNG Hamzo as well. NES Sensei, HFT Cronus, NES Hammer. So many known names just coming in for the fights, and also it just feels really good that the players, all the players out there go for really good fights and all the scenarios, and they bring the kills for themselves, for the teams to overall, for the whole of the team to overall, you know, add it up in the bank for themselves, so that it just reflects in the points overall.
It actually does reflect in the points, and just 2 players having so many kills on them, and plus those 2 players, the other 2 players will have kills on them as well. So that's just going to mean a lot of points are being accumulated just from the aggression that the players have in themselves, and the placement points. As we know, Envy, they do have decent placements for themselves, so that is one of the reasons that they're still sitting on the first position for themselves. But now let's also have a look at the damage dealers and see if the same players are going to be there or not. As Deadshot is going to be first, as Ocean mentioned, the damage was the thing that was separating Psych and Deadshot. They have the same number of kills, 4,172 on Deadshot. Psych on the second with 3,936. NortheSports Amer is going to be on the third with 3,928. VFXOXY's Blade is going to be on the fourth with 3,367. And Fyme is going to be on the fifth with 3,209 damage.
Yeah. So these are the top 5. I mean, the players in the damage stats. But then obviously, you know, the damage are sort to increase, or if nothing, like it'll never decrease. But then it all just comes in what's gonna happen in the final game, because in the semi-final game, not the final, like the final Miramar, if anything, because that will be the only Miramar for today. So let's just see what happens in that one.
Definitely, let us see what is gonna happen in the 2 games that are left. But we are gonna be back after a short break. You guys just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Welcome back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals, and now it's going to be time for game number 3, which is going to be played on Miramar. My name is Varun Super Johnny John. Joining me on the desk, it's going to be Ocean Sharma, and we will be taking you through the action as the first 2 games on Erangel and on Sanhok have been amazing. So we can hope that Miramar is just going to be the same.
Or even better, you never know, because you know the strategies of the players that just might change out there. We talk about Miramar, we say that there will be 2 drop locations or something that might happen out here in Miramar, and players might just go for them or might not go for them depending upon how they are going to be playing their cards, playing their games and all. So we'll just see through all those things as in a while, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be diving right into the game, and the map will be on your screens, as you can see, from Campo Militar to the southern side, outside Los Leones, Los Eagles area. That is where the plane path is. Junkyard, Minas General is Laventa, Los Leones, El Azhar, Cruz de Valle, Water Treatment, Hacienda del Petron, San Martin, Graveyard, Pecado, Power Grid. I'm out of breath. Those are the areas where the plane path is. Sorry, I skipped Impala.
Yeah. He said he was going to be out of breath, but I don't think Ocean was telling us the truth, since he had enough to say Impala now. Okay.
Impala. All right, well, players are actually diving out to Torre Amut. As you can see, RNG and TUF just going to that area. VFxOXY, like VFX as well. VFxOXY is going to the Campo Militar area, if anything, and we'll have to see how the fights actually happen, because the initial drops, initial locations seems really good for some of the players, for some of the teams, if anything, to take the fights in their own hands. Fyme is going to their drop location of Impala right now. Let's see if they, just come up with some good advantages out in those areas, because Impala seems like a really good area, but where will the circle be? That is going to be one of the questions out there.
And that can actually change everything, just because unlike Sanhok, Miramar is really massive. So if the circle is not towards your direction, you will have a difficult time getting in there. And look at this, Ocean. On the northern side, and teams like Envy, teams like F2D eSports, teams like H2E, teams like Fyme, they will have a lot of trouble making it into the circle. If anyone is going to be present towards San Martin, Hacienda del Patron, otherwise going for the desert open rotations can actually be risky. So you need to make sure that you're rotating through those cities as well.
Through those right areas, through those cities, exactly. It's going to be one of the most important things. VFX Reaper auction screens, ladies and gentlemen. Campo Militar area is where they are right now, and Reaper was just standing out there, looking outside the window, just trying to think how the life is right now, and was just going for a TeamvfxOXY as well. So the players from this area would like to just move in, and this is DFUZe on your screens. As you can see, the players of DFUZe, Bisma side, all those players out there. Previous game was like a decent one for themselves, not the best if anything, but a decent one. And let's say if that decent, just changes into a good one, a best one, or something out there. Let's just see what happens out for the teams in this one.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's going to happen, because being Miramar, being the big map, it is going to be quite a slow game, as we can expect, because there are a lot of opportunities to get away unless the enemies actually decide to chase you, which can happen if the teams are looking to get a lot of kills for themselves. But that can be risky as well, because you would be climbing a ridge thinking there's just one guy who's running away, but his entire team would be camping on the other side, so you have to be careful. But now Freestyle, they are so close up against the team of 2x, and if the information of where Baba was given away, Baba is going to be in so much trouble, as he has an M16 in his hand. That's going to be it. Has a hollow sight on it as well. Other than that, no armor, no helmet, no backpack, no medkits, nothing on the lad.
Nothing out there, but just that one gun, that too, the burst gun for the guy out there. Can they just utilize the maximum? Can they maximize the utilization with that one? Is going to be one of the questions out there. And 2x also in this area right now, just sitting out there, just moving in from one direction to the other, obviously. And we are in the game like 3 minutes and 40 seconds. In 40 more seconds, 45 to be precise. Circle, first circle is going to be coming in. Arkadians is out there. Just like we always say, Arkadians like to go to the main areas like Pochinki, like Boot Camp, like Picardo. The major names is what Arkadians go for, and no one just contests them.
Yeah, no one is going to be able to contest them, but TeamvfxOXY, I think they have figured out that there is a team present right next to them. And now, FS, they need to be careful as Sajid, he has a Thompson in his hand and is going to look to be a little bit more aggressive since he has the helmet as well. No armor, but the helmet is going to provide some protection from those headshots that Baba can hit with his gun. But Ashfaq is on the rear side and can look to provide some cover. And we did see two other players from freestyle close in as well. So this is going to be a 4 versus 4 fight. Baba has spotted out the other players, and now Baba has an armor and helmet, level 1, but still, that is going to be some extra protection. It is better than having nothing. He has a secondary gun as well, which is going to be an Uzi on his back, as you can see, has a level 1 backpack and has 1 first aid. So even if he goes down, he can be revived and he can rejoin the fight with 75% health on him. But
yeah.
Moth is going to be spotted. The shots are going to come in, and Moth is going to be knocked out instantly. How did he do that? The aim so precise, and then the nade being cooked. Can it take down Virus? I don't think so, as Virus is going to step back. That was an amazing shot coming in from Baba, and now he's going to go in and try to finish off Moth. I don't think he's going to try. He's just going to finish off Moth, as the shots from the Uzi are going to do the job now.
Exactly, now the player will be finished out. Look at this. They were talking. It seemed like they were talking out there before this finishing. Then they were like, so you have had a good day, huh? Let's end your day out of this one. And they just took the players down, and now FS Baba just moving in from one direction to the other direction. Obviously, will be trying to go, will be trying to rotate from one of the sides to the other sides. FS will be looking really good, if anything. Let's see if the fights actually happens out in this one. Look at them. They are throwing throwables out from one area to the other area, just trying to go for the rotations and or something. If they can go for that, FS Malik has no health packs for himself, has just 2 boosters, 1 painkiller, 1 energy drink for himself, has M16 2x Alien, as well has a pan in his hands right now, switches to gun, switches to Victor, if anything, has 1 Victor, 1 Uzi for himself. That means a proper 9mm loot for this guy. And the thing is, now he switches to Mini 14. We'll have to see if he has a scope for that, obviously, because that's going to be an important one. I think he has a scope on his Mini 14, but can he just, create an opening? That's going to be one thing. On the water treatment area, you can see Aqua squad. Aqua on water treatment. That's
That's like Ocean being thirsty, right?
I need water. Where was it? All right, cool.
Ocean, why isn't Aqua your favorite team? Yeah, it's Aqua. Your name is Ocean. They're like, you guys, and it's water treatment as well.
But the map is Miramar. That's much more
Ocean
barren.
talking about Aqua on water treatment. Oh, that's like mind equals blown.
All right. Well, moving on in the game right now. Let's just talk about
So this is how slow this game actually is. That this is what you were talking about.
All right,
now.
the fun facts.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Let's just talk about some fun facts, as we were talking about them previously as well. So in Miramar, in Pecado's area,
Yeah.
there is a place where in Spanish it is written El Pozo es mío, which actually means the chicken is mine. And it just means is that, imagine if you kill one final person right in front of that graffiti, which says El Pozo es mío, and that is going to be like a really weird kind of a thing out there, like killing them and all. And one more thing that we were talking about, see, now here's a buggy.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna recite the full buggy song for you guys. So there's actually a dedicated PUBG Mobile buggy song that was created by the creators of PUBG Mobile, and the song is: always drive the buggy when you're surrounded by the enemy, getting shots after shots, turn back to them and just flee. Cause hardest of buggies is bulletproof, if you'll agree. Their arms and M24s can't hit what their eyes can't see. Run along the edges of the zone, later take cover of the tree, wait, spot, kill, sweet revenge will be thy ultimate glee. Like this is actually a song out here.
Yeah.
And I mean, all right, that's just something. Look at this. This is another thing out here. As you can see, Arkadians Ash is dropping one of the players from DFUZe. Insane just goes down. And this is the beauty of Miramar. You get out of a vehicle, you have a gun in your hand, you have a scope on your gun, and that is how you roll out here. Leon has taken out one more player. Leon was so close of a backstab, and DFUZe will be the lone survivor out in this area. The first airdrop has the M249. This will be out in the barren lands of Miramar, but out here where the fights are, I think Arkadians are looking really good. Spotting one more player. The Ridge is coming to the cover right now as Visma will not be spotted. Sahir is on the longer side. A grenade just comes in. Grenade kicks in. One more player goes down. Visma has been taken down. So right now, if anything, if one thing just happens, that's going to be that Diffuse will be left with just one player surviving. For how long will be the question.
Yeah, that is going to be a big question. How long can DFUZe survive? And yet again, it's the same picture with the same team. The early exit. And for what cost? They tried to engage on one guy out in the open. That was a bad position to do that in. But on the other side, Arkadians, a good retaliation coming in. And are they going to go for the finish on Sahir as well? As he was hiding in the hut, Tala is going for the decision to close in the distance, and he has taken a lot of damage, so he needs to heal in first before he actually goes to the finish. And the teammates are going to come in as well. Sahir, he is taking shots from the outside as well. Tala is right next to him on the other side. One by one, the players are going to charge in on this room and make sure that Sahir is not going to be standing as well now. And the Free Fire is going to come in, and that's going to make sure that DFUZe is going to be the first team being eliminated from this game on the 16th position. But FTF, they are going to be spotted by the players from the side of Aqua on water treatment. And Basim is going to be in so much trouble. Isolated out in the open. I don't know how he can get out of this one unless his teammates have those snipers and can land those long-range shots on the players of Aqua. And yes, they can, I guess, as the damage was being given away. But look at this. FS fighting H2E in the blue zone right now.
In the area of the blue zone is where they are fighting. Fandy has been taking a lot of damage. Fandy goes down as FTF is charging in. FTF Rams doing a lot of damage out with the sprays with the M4 and the 3x scope. And look at this. FTF moving in, charging in. Aqua with one of the players surviving. The other one gets a revive right now. And Fandy just does the damage. Takes down one. Knows where the second one is coming from. Has information. Takes down second. No, just barely missing it. And this will be the end of Aqua in the fights of Miramar as water treatment was their area, and that's where the crates will be formed. FTF winning a fight, have 3 players, have 3 kills, all the players surviving, and Arkadians taking up a fight against Fyme. They have taken down Fyme Flicker in this one as well.
Yeah, Fyme Flicker is not going to be in there, and the team that was coming off with the momentum from the last game is just going to be in trouble now. But Arkadians, they need to be careful because look at this. Look at where Leon is. This is an open field, just a bunch of haystacks in front of him for cover, and he is running out in the open. But this is going to be interesting as RNG going up against DFUZeOXY on the top of the mountain. Does this remind you of something when Bablu went for, what was that?
Yeah.
A 1 squad versus a 4 squad sort of a situation.
Yeah, they were like doing 1v4s on all the directions of the mountains. That was the thing. And
but, okay, both the teams made the smarter decision.
Yeah.
Both of them disengaged.
That is a good thing. See, avoiding the fights, the earlier fights that should not be in the hands, and that's just one of the things that should be happening. I mean, if you're not sure, just not take it. Just not take the chance out there. The second airdrop has Groza, obviously the level 3 stuff. Also, here's the thing about randomness of the game. The airdrops are random, right?
Yeah.
And the game actually works on the randomness overall. But then there's one thing. In Miramar, we know that there's randomness of where you'll find stuff. But overall, there are 43,343 various loot items present in Miramar. That number is always constant.
Wow. But
43,000
the locations keep changing.
Yeah, locations keep changing.
Pop up.
Locations keep changing. But 43,343 different kinds of stuff are out there. As RNG has one of them, obviously having the Groza out for themselves, and that is going to be one of the things. I mean, this has all the level 3 stuff alongside chokes and all those things as well for the shotguns. Look at this. S3 Red goes down. Team S3 gets eliminated as the players were charging, and this looks really good as FS already has 5 kills with the we started the game with 63 players.
Yeah.
Out of those 13, 5 kills are with Arkadians, 5 kills are with FS. I would like to see if FS versus Arkadians happens, like which team will be the one that survives the game.
Yeah, that is actually going to be quite interesting. But for now, the teams are quite far away from each other. So I think you and I will have, not just you and I, but our audience as well, will have to wait for that fight to come in. And that, we always talk about this. The most epic moment to witness a fight is going to be in the final circle. So for now, we can just hope and see. But FTF Bismarck, he actually still managed to survive from the engagement with Aqua. But now Fyme is coming in their direction. They hear the vehicles over there. And he was trying to see if he could spot the players. But getting in a vehicle now of their own, they are going to look to go in and check out who is going to be the team that is passing their sort of their area, and can they catch them off guard. In the meanwhile, Arkadians are just going to crawl slowly and steadily inside the zone while there was another team quite close. So they need to make sure that they're fighting them out as well and securing a position for themselves as well. But NortheSports out in the open. He he is just going to rotate inside the valley. Arkadians, it was the squad of Fyme right behind them, and that is going to mean that the other squad was quite close as well. So Arkadians once again prioritizing the rotation for a safer place rather than choosing to fight, since this is still just the third circle. After this, the circle after this one is where you can actually go in for the fights with everyone. But before that, just get to a safe location and protect yourself.
Yeah, you need to protect yourself from all the areas, all the ridges, to be precise, because this is going to be what Miramar is famously infamous for. All the fights that happen in all the areas all around Miramar, like the mountains, all where PES is right now, they can spot the players from NES, but obviously though no fights are going to be happening out in the early of the stages. You can see the third circle, Crater Fields, Water Treatment, Haciendas, Aerial, Aqua. So these 4 areas are out. FS Baba takes down 2x charges. So FS once again going for the kills right now. They actually, I think they'll be having one of the best games in this one if it goes for it. FS Baba is in a domination as he confirms his skill. Has 3 kills for himself, and a team will be good with 6 kills right now.
Yeah, the team with 6 kills, so that is going to mean 6 points already accumulated for those guys. But can they get more? Can they get the points for the chicken dinners, or are they going to be taken out early on in this game? But look at this, another interesting situation. That was NortheSports in a compound, and the squad up against them. But Umair is going to spot the players from the side of FTF rotating in that vehicle, and the shots being fired is going to mean that information was given away without any damage. You need to give out damage as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things out there. So NES, just like you were saying, like in the compounds, they have HFD right in front of them. HFD had an incredible first game. They lagged out in the second game, but now the third game they want to make it back to themselves, to their players out there. FS Baba was also, I could see him out in the open area for a while back right now, as you could see out there. HFD's butts out takes down one person from NES, obviously trying to take up all the fights that he wants, that he can, and he goes for. And look at this, airdrop has an AW, and Fyme is right next to it. It has a suppressor AR, and where is this drop gonna be? This drop is gonna be out in that area between 2 buildings. Let's see if some player gets a hold of that AW, and if we see some players popping the shots. On the other side, HFD butts up trying to spot the players of NES. PS Vijay takes down FS Kashif. FS Malik takes down the players as well as the grenade kills were coming in. FS Black also goes down. So in a while, like, FS has lost quite a bit of his players early on. NESM are going for the grenade right now. Grenade was so close of HFD Cronus right now, but no damage was done as FS Black also goes down. Arkadians are on a domination right now.
Yeah, Arkadians on a domination. Leon confirmed a lot of kills for himself. And this is, I guess, what everyone was waiting for from the side of Arkadians. But now look at this, HFD up against the players from the side of NortheSports. And they have already lost 1 player. A 3 versus 2 situation is still going to be putting them in trouble. They need to go and somehow find a way to revive the last remaining member. And this fight is happening right on the edge of the circle. And none of the teams have a safer rotation in there, because this is going to be an open way that they have to run in. But on the other side, FTF are just going to blow up the vehicle that F2D was in. An Arkadians vehicle is going to be blown up by the players from the side of VFXOXY, as Ash was knocked out. Ash is going to be finished off with that startle coming, but the man who is famous for his 1 versus 2s is going to come in a 3 versus 2 where his team actually has an advantage, and now they are going to go in on these players. But on the other side, Arkadians, they can be in some trouble, as Thala was also taken down a couple of seconds ago. Snow running out in the open is trying to juke the bullets coming in from the side of HFD, and is trying to give out the damage of his own, and he is going to get a knock on Butsap. But still, 1 player is still standing.
HFD 1 player still standing out there. What's going to happen out in that orange? Yamzo just going in with the grenades right now on TF Terminator. Terminator still surviving. And coming back to this fight, NES Snow still out in this one at the edge of the 4th circle. Cronus, will he be making his way to the circular area or not, is going to be a question. Snow switching up to the grenade, now switching back to his M4. Snow trying to spot the player. He has information that where player is, from where he will be coming in, or from where he will be rotating away. But now the major thing is Cronus is just sitting out there going for the pre-pass. 27 bullets in his M4. FTFxEsports gets eliminated out here, but the fight of HFD and NES is still going on, and NES goes for the backstab out here as Cronus actually spots him. He is on 75% HP right now. Is going to be taking the players down from the backside. Is being backstabbed. That can be bad for both the players, both the teams out in this one. The circle's still coming, and they spot the players out in this one, still doing the damage. 30 bullets out there. The West is totally gone. The West is done for, and the pre-fire helps them as HFD exits this game.
2 versus 4 situation, and NortheSports still managed to clutch this one out. They had lost one of the players, the other one was not there already, but Snow now, he's going to heal up. But on the other side, Envy, they go in on the players from side of FTF, but now, look at this, as I was saying, one of the players was split up, and that was Maxi. He's trying to fight an entire squad of Portal eSports all alone, with an M4 in his hand, has the armor and the helmet as well of level 3, but can he take this one? Has a lot of heals as well on him. He has 4 first aid, has 11 bandages, and has 12 energy drinks. One of the things that can help him out if he can get to it, it's going to be the M249, but I think that's a little bit too far away from his distance. But on the other side, Envy, with all 4 players in there, Moise, he was taken down, the revive comes in, and he is going to heal up as well. But Abshaw, with that mini 14, is going to spot out the players from the side of TUF, has a 3x on the DMR. Can he make it work? The distance, I think, is a little bit too much.
A little bit too much, I think. Reebrox is going and charging and takes on one. The barrel doing all the work out in this one. Blade as well, moving in forward. They want to take down the players out there, and they are going for it. As Envy is also on the back, and right now, Arkadians coming in, joining the party right now. And Crater Fields Mountain is going to be the circular area where the circle is going to be shifting towards. So that means the area of the upward rotation. So there are no sideways rotation out in this one. It's just the upward rotation that's going to happen for the players, for the teams. If anything, Envy, all 4 players surviving, and just 1 kill confirmed for now. Well, let's see if the number actually increases or something. Freestyle gets eliminated on the 11th. So we have 29 players and 10 teams surviving. Let's just see how that happens out here. The players are still going in for the fights, and 1 more player just goes down as TeamvfxOXY exits this mountain of Miramar, if anything.
Yeah, this mountain of Miramar could actually turn things around, and Freestyle are also going to be taken out of this entire situation. Envy, one of the players, was knocked down. Can the revive come in, or is the finish going to be there? As Portal eSports, they spotted a couple of players on the downslope, but the finish was not there. Vegeta, with that mini 14, is going to get a finish, and is going to confirm a kill for himself. But Envy, so this was one of the teams that they spotted out a couple of moments ago. The trade did happen, but there was not no knocks did come in, and FTFxEsports, they are going to be taken down as TUF actually spot them out and go for the finish. And TUF on the downslope, Envy Abso has the M4 in his hand, has the mini 14 as well, and the spray from that M4 3x is actually going to connect as one of the players is going to be knocked down, and now the team can actually collapse because that was an open fight on the slope. Deadshot is going to be taken down, but not before he actually knocks down one of the players from side of TUF, and Venom is doing so much, he knocks down another one. Need to take out Venom before you actually go in for the close, and Venom is going to be smarter, and that's going to be the end of TUF, as Envy will come out on top in that situation. Down to the top 6 team. NortheSports are going to be eliminated on the 8th, and that is just an unfortunate situation happening out. A lot of teams being taken down, and Envy, they need to be careful now, because in this mountain, you need to run around in circles basically to come out if the circle is not in your directions.
Exactly. That's totally true out in this one. If the fights, just persists out in this one. Fyme is out there with 3 players for themselves, and they are actually pressurizing Arkadians in for the fights. If anything, if the thing is going to happen out in this one, it's going to be that Arkadians number will be on PES and off Fyme, as Vegeta actually seals the kill of Arkadians as fast, and as Fyme was going first. So now the information has been given out. They know that there are players on the other side as well who are looking good for the fights and all, if the fights will be happening out for themselves, from themselves and from the other teams out there in that one. So we'll have to see what happens with the players. And for now, Arkadians is Leon, the lone survivor out there, is still surviving for the players outside the circle, but now does not give any kill to anyone and will be taken off by the play zone in the fights that were happening. Now coming back to the fights that were happening previously, TeamvfxOXY, Fyme, Portal, and the other teams still surviving out in this one. Fyme as well. PS Nocto goes down as TeamvfxOXY just takes down one of the players out in this one. Fyme is gonna, they are trying to get on the upward edge. PS Nocto's kill gets confirmed out there by TeamvfxOXY's players. So Portal eSports and TeamvfxOXY, they are on a similar number of people being alive out in this one. Envy and RNG, they both have four players. Fyme has 3. Let's see which team actually comes up on the top as 15 players survive the server right now.
If 15 players still in this and 5 teams are going to be alive as Envy and RNG have the highest probability of taking the chicken dinner home in this one. And RNG Sketch is going to be taken down by the player from the side of TeamvfxOXY as Rage actually dishes out a lot of damage, and Moe is just chunking those nades on the peak of this mountain, trying to see if he can catch someone off guard, and Fyme Khan is going to go down by one of those, but the finish is not going to come in. He's throwing it towards the side of Fyme, throwing it on the other direction from the peak, but Fyme, the players actually jump down in the small ditch. The revive on Khan is going to happen, but can you convert that into a chicken dinner? 3 vs 4 situation is going to come in at any given moment as Portal Esports Vegeta from the high ground advantage is going to knock down one of the players from the side of TeamvfxOXY. Teen Wolf being taken down, the nade being cooked. He needs to throw this one perfectly, and it is going to be a blind nade be thrown quite close. I think it is going to land quite close to the players, but can it get the kill? I don't think so.
No, it does not get the kill right now. 14 players still surviving. Top 5 teams out here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have to see what happens. The circle is on a closer right now. The circle is fairly on the side of RNG. So circle actually goes to the downward side for a shift right now, for a change. The players will have to jump in from this area. This means some players are going to be having that jump damage, while the other players will have to change their strategies, move in from one direction to the other, and that's where the players are going. Envy is going to go with that rotation right now. Pretty good rotation. RNG spotting the players. Look at this. Aladdin spots some players. Aladdin on 1 HP takes down 1 out here. Aladdin goes down as PES was taking the fight. Envy Strike on just 1 magic pixel. It will be applying first hit right now. Was spotted out there. And Hamzo's kill will be taken by Envy Moise, who on the other hand will be actually taken down. Almost survives right now. And a grenade on Fahad can actually just take him down. But PES Vegeta is going on the grenades with on TeamvfxOXY's players. Now using the smokes for themselves. Miramar's map. Which team is going to be winning out here as 12 players survive? Fyme Khan takes a drop damage, and Fyme, I think the story will end like this, because Fyme with 2 players surviving, but they will be taking drop damages only. Modu is trying to come in slowly and steadily, but will the strategy work for him? No, it does not. Bad scenario, but he takes down the player. Incredible gameplay by Fyme Modu. We thought that the player will go down. Now he goes, but that jump was something. Sneak as well coming in from the same area. PS Khan as well. The drop damage does not come in, and now the players are jumping out. 5 gets eliminated. 4 squads remaining, but these jumps, oh my god, were more than amazing. PS Vegeta has a cover for himself. Now he's going for sprays on Envy, as Envy's player still surviving to see the day. Vegeta is on low HP. He needs to survive for his team, otherwise his team will be taken down. Khan has been taken on an Envy dead shot, who is looking really good. And look at this, the reload is going to cost Vegeta a game properly, as PES actually exits the stage. 3 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. 7 players surviving. Which team is going to come on top, as Envy has all 4 players surviving? One needs a revive, but the numbers advantage is right where Envy wants it.
Yeah, the numbers advantage is definitely in their favor, but Deadshot's armor is dead basically. Fahad, how did this man survive till the last top 3 situation? He has been just lying there for so long out in the open, not moving a single inch. But now I think it's going to be his time to leave, as smoke has been popped on the down ridge, and he is going to be covered up for a little bit, and he will be able to stay alive. The damage is going to be done on him, as he is going to drop down to around 75% health. But TeamvfxOXY, they're going to be in trouble as the players from the side of Envy are going to go in, and Deadshot is going to get 1 knock, but Deadshot is going to be knocked down by Rage, and TeamvfxOXY, they take an exit on the 3rd position, and Fahad has done his job, and now he is just going to charge in on the players of Envy and accept his fate. But
yeah,
if he manages to clutch out a 1 vs 4 in this situation, that has to be one of the best moments, but that is not going to happen, as he's going to be taken down. Envy Psych getting the last kill, and the chicken dinner going towards the team of Envy.
It was really incredible for what the team did. 16 kills for the team overall, and those 16 kills, I mean, NVFs actually did most of the work out in that one. And the thing about Fyme and PS, the thing that I liked is that the players were jumping in from the top of the cliff. Like, first player just went down. He was taken out of a fight, but then the next players were trying, and they, when they were just falling down, they knew how to come it overall, and that was just more than impressive. So let's just have a look at the MVP, because it's going to be someone from the Envy side, and if we are not wrong, this will be the guy who was the reason of the win of Envy in the final game, on the final kill as well. 6 kills for the guy, 422 damage, 8.63 kilometers of distance travel, and 26 minutes and 5 seconds of the total survival time. So it was impressive from this guy.
Yeah, it was impressive, and Abso was one of the reasons of the team qualifying in the semifinals as well. Because during the group stages, this man had an amazing performance, along with Deadshot, along with Psych. But Abso was the one guy you would see light up the kill feed every single time he would come in and play. And once again, seeing him pop off in the semifinals, it was just amazing. But the entire team popped off. That's the thing. Envy as a unit, they're showcasing us how strong they can be. But let's have a look at the top 5 players as well and see who all are going to be joining there. And Portal Esports Vegeta actually takes the crown over here with 6 kills, 841 damage. Avso is going to be on the second with 6 kills, 422 damage. Arkadians Leon on the third with 5 kills, 878 damage. And Envy Deadshot is going to be on the fourth with 5 kills, 709 damage. And FTF Lala is going to be on the fifth with 5 kills, 166 damage.
Yeah,
Wow.
for now, this is what it is for the players and all. And see, the damage, it does not. It's like damage does not matter when you're just giving out those crucial kills. I mean, there are no points for damage, but then there are points for the kills. So it matters by hook or by crook. If you're getting it for yourself, if you're getting it for the team, it's a good thing overall in anything. But then, I mean, Envy has had a good game. We'll have to see in the overall standing, like where it puts them, how far they will be out there. Fyme has had a good game, so Fyme will be obviously on the top in the overall standing. So let's just have a look at this game standing for Miramar, and let's see where each and every team is going to be out after this, because Team Envy with those 16 kills has 36 points for themselves. Arkadians on the second, 14. Portal Esports on the third with 14 as well. All right, so RNG, look at this. They were second but had 0 kills for themselves. So they will be dropping down from second to fifth. VFXOXY is dropping down from third to fourth as well, because second, third and fourth all had 14 points for themselves. But then the placement points are in the increasing order, 6, 8 and 10. FTF on the 6th, Fyme on the 7th, and Freestyle goes out there on the 8th position with 8 placement points. NortheSports also has the 8 placement point number, but then they'll be on the 9th because of the kill count. That was good with the other team. TUF on the 10th, HFD on the 11th, 2X on the 12th, F2D on 13th, H2E on the 14th, Aqua and Diffuse on the 15th and 16th. So from F2D to Diffuse, they were trying to be engaged to get engaged in a fight, but then they were not getting the fights that they actually needed.
Yeah, they weren't getting in the fights that they actually did. Diffuse tried to engage in all the Arkadians quite early on. They got punished for that. And you do not want to do that. Don't want to engage when you do not have any heals, when you do not have any armor, helmet, or basically not even enough ammo to take on all 4 guys in a long sustained fight. But let's have a look at the standings for the overall and see how this game is going to affect them. As Envy, they are just expanding their lead at this point. 185 points, first position. Fyme on the second with 132 points. But difference between Fyme and HFD, it's not that big. Third position to HFD, 131 points. Freestyle is going to be on the fourth, 124 points. VFXOXY on the fifth, NortheSports on the sixth, Portal Esports on the seventh, and Arkadians, they are having a really consistent performance today on the 8th position. Team TUF on the 9th, LOU Esports on the 10th, H2E on the 11th, HR on the 12th. So HR is not playing. LOU Esports, they are not playing today. 247 is not playing. RNG, they are playing, but still on the 14th position. Bubble is not playing, and they still have one more game left. So Bubble is on the 15th for now. Nexus is not playing, and they are on the 16th. Moving on to the last set of table, let's see if any of the teams in there actually have been playing today. And yes, quite a few.
There are quite a lot. Like Gaming Up is not playing, but FTF, F2D, Aqua, 2xOfficials, and Diffuse. These names are on from 18 to 22 respectively. R3D and Rogue Nation on 23 and 24 points for themselves. So this is quite a lot of a thing that should not be happening out there. The numbers advantage, they had the games advantage for themselves, but they could not capitalize on that one. So maybe, just maybe, in their upcoming 4 games or 5 games that are left for those players, for those teams, they might just capitalize on those ones, if anything. And I would like to see, like we talk about the kill leaders and the damage dealers and all, I would like to see where it actually brings Envy Abso to, because we have seen Deadshot and Psych, but we haven't seen Envy Abso in that region right now.
Yeah, Abso had been absent from the kill leaders and the damage dealers for overall, but let's just have a look at the damage dealers as well and see if Abso is going to be in there. But I think he is going to be quite a far away, as Deadshot and Psych are still going to stick around. 4,800 damage on Deadshot, first position. Psych is going to be on the second, 4,300. Amer from NortheSports on the third, 4,100. Fyme Motu is going to be on the fourth with 3,577. And VFXOXY Blade is going to be on the fifth with 3,551. So Absol was missing from the kill leaders. He was missing from the damage dealers ever since the semi-final started. But I remember during the group stages, he was actually pretty good. And we still have one more game to go, the last one for today, which is going to be played on Erangel. But that is going to happen after we come back from a short break. So till then, you guys just stay tuned and keep watching. We'll be right back. Hello everyone and once back to PMCO 2020 Spring Split Pakistan Region Semi-Finals, and now it's finally time for game number 4. My name is Varun Super Johnny John, being joined on the desk by Ocean Sharma, and he has an interesting fact for you now.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the guns and all, and we got to know the reason that AWM just has 20 bullets with itself 5 in the gun, because AWM basically has just what do you call it? Has a bullet, you know,
Yeah, the
.300 Magnum, yeah, and one bullet costs $1,200. US dollars. So that is the reason that they just give you 20 bullets, because they are like, please don't waste any money, any unnecessary money that you should be using to I don't know, eat chicken dinners or something. But so that's just one of the reasons that it just goes for. So imagine $1,200 for one bullet. Imagine 20. 24,000.
Yeah, that is way too much money.
$24,000.
Yeah, $24,000. That's a lot of money even after converting. So it's even more even after converting. So let's just not talk about that now. But let's talk about this. Points. Points are going to be given out in this last game as well. And Envy, the way they have been performing, I think they can increase the gap even further.
Exactly.
And, the teams that are going to come in tomorrow, they will have a really, really hard time catching up to them, because most of the teams now in the top 8 have played 11 games. Today, they will be hitting the 12 games being played mark. And tomorrow is going to be the last day for Group A, because tomorrow they will be completing their 16 games for the semi-finals. So teams from Group A, all the teams from Group A, in fact, need to put up their A-tier performances.
For some of the teams, this will be the thing. See, if you are in the top 3 right now, you still will be having a safer spot till the end. Like, you can have all the games like decent to bad, all in those scenarios. But if you are going for the good games, obviously you'll be going for the good games. Like, you know, Fyme Envy, they had in the previous game. Obviously, they had really good games. And the players like on the other side, RNG, they tried to go for the good game, but they did not have the kills. They had 14 points, but then that was just the placement point of one guy who was surviving till the 2nd position. I mean, it actually still takes a lot for you to survive all alone when there are fights happening on your either side, and you just survive out there so that your team can have one position difference, because 3rd gives you 10 and the 2nd gives you 14. So that 4 points also, it ends up mattering a lot.
It does matter a lot, and in a matter of like 40-50 seconds, we'll be jumping right into the game, the final game of Erangel. And are things gonna change? Because last time in the first game of Erangel, we did see a lot of team goes for the orb drop. Teams that dropped towards Yasna did not do that, and the circle was also in a weird situation out in the open. So that also resulted in one of those crazy fights coming in towards the end, wherein it was just one guy creating chaos, and the team with the man advantage could not have the chicken dinner for themselves. But is that all gonna happen once again, or are we gonna see Envy just roll with the momentum and get another chicken dinner?
Probably, or just might be, because Fyme and with these teams are at the top. Portal eSports also just contesting for that area. So names are there. Let's see which team actually has that chicken for themselves, because the final game for the day, the 4th game for the day, the Erangel game for the day, the roundabout for the day will be right on the screens, ladies and gentlemen, as we are charging into the plane from Novo military area to Stalbus. So all the right hand side, Milta Shelter Present Mansion, Lipovka, Milta Power, Yasna Poliana School, Pochinki Farm, all those areas. And obviously the southern island will be out there for the grabs, but if you want to go Giorgio, you might have to think once again.
Yeah, Georgopol, the city across from Georgopol, teams that go towards Ferry Primorsk, they will have a hard time definitely. But look at this, Portal eSports once again heading towards the military base island, and it is going to be Fyme. I think Fyme once again will look to go towards the Milta city for themselves as well. But what about the teams like H2E? Where are they going to go? Where's DFUZe going to go? Teams that land towards the Yasna Poliana side, they will have an easy time this time around. And TUF, okay, that is a weird drop. That is a weird drop. They did not drop together. The teams are split up in sort of a straight trajectory. And FS Freestyle once again are contesting Envy on Novo.
This can be a bad scenario out in this one, because see, Envy's home ground is Novo Ripna. They like to play the game out there in Novo Ripna's area. They don't, it's like, you know, they are not worried in the Novo Ripna area. So we'll have to see if the fight actually goes out there. And FS, if they just, you know, take up the fights in the circle, is actually divided out there on the southern side and also on the middle island and something. Poaching is where the teams of Arkadians and all are still trying to go right now, and NV and FS. If the players, just it just comes out to who spots whom first, as 2xRs actually takes up a fight against DFUZ. Insane DFUZ can actually mark their exit in this one as well. FS Baba just switching out the gun, doing enemies ahead for the players that yes, there are players out there. 2xRs takes on DFUZ. Ronnie as well. DFUZ in bad of the spots as DFUZ have lost 2 players already. Final player surviving. Envy's side takes on FS Baba as well. So Envy's fight is starting, and look at this, exactly what they wanted, what they never wanted. And DFUZ will be marking their exit already from the server as DFUZ becomes the first team to exit this game right now.
Yeah, and that is why I hate prison. I never like going towards that location. Every time you go there, it is just trouble. But this time, PMCO actually somehow managed to come out on top on that one.
Everybody hates prison.
Yeah. Everybody hates prison.
I mean, just saying the right things out here. But all right, coming back to the fights and all, as you can see, FS they lost. The one of the players, Bauer, was taken down, but still Bauer will be surviving out there for the fights and all those scenarios. Let's see what happens as the fights are going to be going on. But now Envy knows the location. They know the player which they are. They know it's FS. They know the team. They know the gameplays. They know the strategies and everything. Let's see if the fights just come in FS's favor, or will it be the other team? On the other hand, Aqua going in for the fight. RNG's, sorry, not RNG. Rogue Nation is not playing. RNG's Fahad will be the first casualty from the team side.
Yeah, the one player going down, out cornered in the open, and the 3 players charging in on him. But the retaliation is going to come in as the other players from inside of RNG are going to look to charge in on these 3 lads from Team Aqua and will be looking to drop them down and force them to exit this game. But look at this, NortheSports, no. He's the only man inside the school building as RNG Aladdin is going to just drive by this location and is going to look to regroup with his entire team for now. But school, if NortheSports can actually control that location for themselves, I think they will be in a really good situation right now, since that entire area is going to be in the circle. And the circle right now, if I'm talking about it, it's sort of split between the military island and the main island as well. NV Psych, he is going to spot out some of the players coming in, as this is going to be the side of FS who landed on these Novo containers as well, and they need to make sure that they have left before NV actually start to make any movement. But on the other side, as I said, Milta means Fyme.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing out there. In Milta, so there are some teams that have their areas, like Milta has Fyme, and Arkadians, they have Poaching for themselves, and all those teams. Envy has Novo Ripnoi, so those are some inseparable love story that just happened out here in the map of Erangel out there. So we'll have to see if there comes any other team that just goes for it. As you can see, FS is out there just to contest the area of Envy, and Moise is just sitting out here just trying to see the mistake that FS does and if he can capitalize on the mistake. Because if you see your opponents doing the silliest of the things, first you'll laugh and then you'll just make the crates.
Yeah, then you'll just drop the crates and then you'll laugh again and be like, hey, what were you doing with the all mic on? But on the other side, RNG, after losing one of the players, they have decided to rotate towards the Water City area. This is also a big area, so a lot of good loot is going to be available to these guys as well, because if you are searching vast compounds, the probability of finding good stuff for yourself is actually going to go up. But on the other side, already sitting with a man disadvantage, I think they will have to go passive mode in this game from now on. And just like the last game, if you can actually manage to survive till the second position with no kills, it is still pretty good. 14 points coming in your way for basically just proning out the entire time. And like, points are going to be points. You need to make sure that you are getting points one way or the other. So being consistent with just playing a good game and getting a good placement every single time, but like as we were talking about earlier as well, finishing top 2, top 3 just like Hellraisers did is going to make sure that you climb up. And if you keep doing that over time again and again and again and again, you are gonna be in the top 4 after a little while, because the other teams, just because they fight a lot, unless a team is getting a chicken dinner every single time, or unless a team is getting a lot of kills. But talking about kills, FS Baba is gonna spot out Moise from the side of Envy. He knows where he is, since a couple of minutes ago Moise did knock down one of the players from the side of FS, and the information was given away. So Baba is trying to see if he can spot catch Moise out of position, peeking out in the open, because Black is out in the open, and that is gonna be such a juicy kill for Envy to take. But Freestyle are not gonna let that happen. They are quite spread apart, the players from the side of Envy. Look at this. Psych is still on those warehouses right behind. Deadshot has made his way on towards this Novo City, and Absa is right on top of that crane. So quite spread apart, but so this is gonna put them in a really bad situation, since if one of the guys gets knocked down, the fallback, the cover-up is not going to be there.
Exactly.
And Moise did take some damage, is going to heal up, is going to make sure that he is at 100%. Ooh, now Futuretsu is going to be out in the open, and Moise somehow managed to connect a lot of shots, dropping Futuretsu down to around 40% health. But still, the cover-up from the wall, the cover-up from the smoke is going to protect him. Baba was dropped down as well, and he is going to heal up and go back in on this situation. But Envy Absa, those long-range shots on Baba do a lot of damage, and he has once again been dropped down to around 20% health. Can he survive this one? Yeah, for
now, he is down to the health, and now he knows that the shots were taken up from this area, obviously the longer area, and the grenade comes in from Deadshot, goes in for the grenadier skills for himself. Can he just drop down one more as Futrutsu is moving in forward? Will Futrutsu go in there in time? I think he can, if he gets enough opening for the player to just, you know, stay safe out there, and he can give an easy revive. But look at this, Deadshot also moving in forward. Moise wants to move in forward, and this grenade, if it hits at the right spot, this will do a lot of damage. Futrutsu is on low area, and the damage was done out here. 40% HP for Futrutsu out there in Deadshot. Look at this, already blasting the vehicle. Like, they don't care about the vehicles out there for the rotation from this area, as the circle is out in this area right now. And Envy Moise was taken down. The smoke will be popping in as Deadshot wants to give up a revive to his teammate, as well as a revive will be necessary. Aqua on the other hand goes down as NES is taking the fight out there. FS Black has been taken out by Envy Psych. FS Baba taking up a fight with Envy Psych as well. But the factor is, these guys don't have any meds for themselves. So right now, if they're dropped down to 10 HP, they will stay at 10 HP.
Yeah, they will stay at 10 HP, exactly, and they need to be careful about that one as well, since two of the players have already been taken down, one from the side of NB, one from the side of FS, and the first airdrop with it is going to bring the M249, the suppressor for the assault rifles, and the level 3 kit. Psych just popped up for 1 second, like took 25 damage, and like he had to go back on prone in mid animation. That's how sort of a bad situation he is in right now. So not a good position for him, but his teammates, if they can actually get another knock on the players from the side of FS, they can go there, they can sort of take out this entire team, and they can punish them for contesting Envy in their own home ground. They've already taken down one. Futuretsu is going to be dropped out, and as I say, Envy now are charging in, but Psych needs to come in from the other side as well. They need to charge in together. They need to collapse at the same time, or else Baba can actually close this one out, as Psych is going to be dropped down, but Absa is going to be there, and Absa is going to be taken down as well. Deadshot, he's quite low, and in the meanwhile, Freestyle is going to be eliminated, and now the revives are going to come in. Moise and Deadshot, 2 people left standing, 2 people were taken down, but still Envy clutched that one out, and Fyme Flicker is going to be taken down by the blue zone.
Yeah, the blue zone obviously doing damage out in that one as well, but then it was still the second circle that was out there.
Yeah.
But 24 more seconds, 23 more seconds, the circle is going to be changing its space once again. Ruins area is where the teams have to go to that area. As you can see, the farm area is in the central location of the circle right now. And one more shot on NES, no good, easily just taken down. He has lost his helmet right now. 2x Alliance just goes down as well. We'll have to see what happens in the fight. NES Emmer out here with the 3x K9, was trying to do the damage on Aqua. Still trying to spot the player. Spots one more, but so far no damage was done. Now it is, as Amber drops down one player with the headshot on the K9. Now they have the opening. They know it's Aqua. They know this team only just has 3 players. You know they can move in, and they will be moving in on that area. Fyme trying to take down the players at west, but Fatty takes down one player with his DFUZe will be taken down. 2 gone, 1 remaining. Can they go for it right now will be a question, as 1 has been revived right now. Aqua is looking really good with 2 players once again, but the numbers advantage still in the hands of NES. NES throwing the grenades right now, but nobody's out there. Now they have the information that the players are on the outside. 1 final player, sorry, they exit the stage on 14th position in this one.
Aqua, this game is not theirs. An early exit is going to be theirs, though, as NortheSports just charge in as a unit, as a team, and wipe out these 3-man squad of Aqua from the map entirely. And that is just going to be their day being done now, since this was the last game for the day, obviously.
Yeah.
And H2E Dread is going to try and spot the players from the side of 2x. I think he already has. The shot was fired, and the damage was given as well. The shot did connect with that M24. Talking about M's, it's going to be the second airdrop coming in with the MK14, the suppressor for the assault rifles and the level 3 kit. That includes the armor, the helmet, and the backpack.
Obviously, the gun is it's an incredible gun out here, because you know what this gun gives you. It gives you a possibility of using a DMR or maybe an AR. This is a compatible gun with that extended quick drawback.
Remember the one before that we saw the other day?
Yeah. And this one is a suppressor of AR as well, so you can just use it on the gun if you want to, and the final circles will be more than catastrophic if you want to use it like that. M16 with no scope is being used by 2x Mod. That's a really interesting one out there by this guy. Has a level 3 West Front's a level 2 helmet, so nothing good out, like nothing bad out in that one. He can just go for the good fights. And now Vikendi has spotted some of the players as well for themselves. 48 players surviving, 13 teams still surviving out in this one, and the players are fairly inside the circle for the second circle out here. But 40 more seconds and this circle will be saying bye-bye as well.
Yeah, Vegeta did spot the players from the side of FTF, but he chose not to fire at them, since they need to be careful as to not give away information to the teams around them where Portal Esports are. And they spotted out the players. Wolverine spotted out the players from the side of F2D as well. So that was a smart decision. If you engage in on one squad and the other one charge is in, then you're going to be in trouble. But shots were fired from the side of Portal Esports now. So I think F2D, they are going to be aware of the location of their enemies. And Khan is trying to take down Charlie from the side of FTF, as he is the only man who has been left isolated in that one small shed. But F2D, they are just 47 is just trying to punch the car.
For now, they're just it's like, why don't you just move away? I'm not gonna just do that one this time. I mean, I'm not even. See, I don't have that much IQ to understand the scenario that was just happening out there. Erangel has been taken down out there by HFD's players. So HFD is looking really good for the fight, and Mutazah is spotting the other players as well from H2E. So it's HFD versus H2E. We'll have to see what happens, but then.
There's a car blocking the way.
One question. Is the car okay now? I just want to see if the car is okay.
I think apart from some emotional damage and from some therapy...
Cars have emotions, please.
Yeah. Cars have emotion. Have you seen Cars? It was like...
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie. Like, Lightning McQueen... Alright, coming back to the game out here. Deadshot takes on RNG Samzo on the fight as well, right? HFD Crown is moving in from the other side. RNG Samzo will be taking on Deadshot, and RNG gets eliminated, becomes the third team to be eliminated. 12 teams surviving, 45 players out here. And Envy, I mean, so far Envy seems like in a good spot. If anything, they have good amount of kills. They have all the players surviving. So this just... I'm not going to say anymore. This just can be their game.
Yeah, this just can be their game. Oh, yeah. Don't say it. You specifically don't say it. Every time this man predicts a team to win, their team gets eliminated instantly. And X2X with their 2 players are going to come. And I just hope Envy are going to take them and come out alive. But on the other side, Portal Esports are going to start to drop bodies as they take down one of the players from side of F2D. And Deadshot did take quite some damage. He was on 50% health for quite a long time. He did not heal up.
The fact is, I say about the right teams. But whenever I say, the teams are like, all right, this guy said it. They become overconfident. That's how they lose the game. Otherwise, I am purely innocent person. Please. I'm purely innocent.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
All right. So, final game is, ladies and gentlemen, 2xMod is out there. PMCO is just trying to spot the players out in that area. And then M4 was doing some catastrophic damage. And Why is everyone just looking to their cars in a way that they just want to punch their cars?
Okay, no, he actually got in now. Okay, finally someone gets in their vehicle. But talking about this, if you want to punch your car, it's better that you shoot at it. And this gun with the scope can actually help you kill the driver as well.
Yeah, and this, this gun, you know. And look at this, Envy just moving in fairly close from VFX's side. Like VFX is on the other side, all right, sorry. And Envy and PES, they can just meet each other on that hilltop if they were going. And PES just making up a U-turn out there. They're like, not today. And H2 is also moving in. Envy also moving in. A grenade comes from the player and takes down 2x Moth out there. But BladeOx will be taken down. So 2x taking up the fight. Sergeant is out there, the lonely player. 50% of the health on that guy. And I think, yes, he'll be taken down by TeamvfxOXY. And now the revive will be coming in really soon.
Yeah, VFXOXY, they were at an advantage. They had one guy knocked down. But Envy is going to be in trouble as Portal eSports have taken down a lot of their players. Just one guy left standing. And the nade being thrown. If this one blows up perfectly, it can actually take down 2 players. Yes, 2 players from the side of Envy are going to go down. And Psych is quite busy on the other side, trying to fight at a squad that is coming in from the back. So this could be an early exit from the side of Envy. But in the meanwhile, the Arkadians are taking the fight up against NortheSports. And Deadshot, his skill is being going to be stolen by the players from the side of H2E. How long can Envy Psych survive in this one? That, I think, is definitely going to be the question that everyone is going to be asking. H2E's failure, he is going to take a lot of damage from the players from the side of Portal eSports. Vegeta is quite low and he's going to be collapsed upon from both these different directions. Portal eSports, one of the players did go down, but the other 3 are still standing. Vegeta, he needs to be really careful, has healed up, has the rock for cover from one side, but he is being collapsed upon by the same team. 2 players have split up. It's a 2-1 split since Old Boy was knocked down. And Arkadians, they're going to be in cover. Failure trying to connect the spray on Vegeta. Does connect some shots, but not all of them. Vegeta still has 40% health to play with. But Arkadians Faison is going to go down with Fyme Khan. Ash is going to be dropped down, and Thala is going to retaliate as Moto is going to be dropped down. Faison is going to finish off Khan. Moto is going to be finished off by Faison as well. Faison getting a lot of kills for his team, and Arkadians are stepping up their performance to a totally different level. And now the next circle. This one is on the northern side of the farm as the blue zone is going to come in. Where is the next one going to be? This is all, wherever it is, it's just going to be open ground.
Potato Hill is a crucial area out in this circle right now, as there is a squad out there. But then Arkadians, as you were saying, I mean, they still have just 2 kills, but then the way that which the team is playing, that is more than interesting. And H2E's failure goes down out in this fight. 11 teams surviving, 35 plus still surviving out here. And HFT's Butsaw also goes on as H2E Dread is taking up a fight of his own. So PES has 4 players surviving, and Envy, just after I said they lost 3 players out in the fight. So maybe let's just refrain from saying the team names or something. And Fyme Sneak is out there, the survivor. The survivor, for how long will he be surviving, as he just barely survives to the other safer location? But will he be safe out there? Because from behind, obviously, if the players just come in, some teams just jump in from behind, they can easily take him down. NES Sensei moving in forward. NES Snow out here with that barrel in his hands. FTF Charlie has been taken down, and so FTF is also going for the fights right now. NES M is still trying to spot the players. VFXOXY still trying to spot the players with that SKS level 3 helmet, level 2 vest for the guy, level 2 backpack as well. Popping up the energy drinks obviously going to be helping a lot right now. But then the circle has shifted to the side of F2D, which seems like a really good thing. If the fights are supposed to happen in those areas, you can just take those areas. And H2E's Dread is on a low HP. And Murtaza will have to reload the gun. And yes, Maxi goes down from Arkadian, Stall out, Scar L. And VFXOXY is kind of outside the circle right now. They need to move in as soon as they can.
Yeah, they need to move in, and they need to move in now. But the good thing for them is going to be that all 4 of their players are still in this game. Hitting the almost hitting the 20-minute mark in a matter of seconds. 11 teams still alive, 32 players still in there. And Arkadians are just going to be on fire, as they are getting a lot of knocks on their side. But they need to confirm the kills as well. Because just getting the knocks and letting someone steal the kill is going to mean that you're donating the points to, basically donating the points, giving away the points to another team. So you need to make sure that the knock comes in, the kill is confirmed as fast as you can get it done. And NortheSports Snow, another knock coming in from the side of Arkadians. But that has sort of been the trend from their side. But look at this, FTF, they are going to be up close and personal from another squad. And
that is just gonna be the team being let go. It was TUF that was there, and Basim, I think he is gonna be engaged upon by Venom, but Venom needs to be really, really careful. He does not have any heals, has 17 bandages, and Basim riding in that car takes a lot of damage from that AK. Just 3 bullets left on Venom. Needs to reload now. Also needs to run inside the circle, and Arkadians, they lose 2 players as well on the other side. Envy's side gets another kill. H2E is gonna take an elimination from this game, and Envy is still in this fight with just 1 player from their side. In the meanwhile, Arkadians take an exit. As I was saying, if you are getting the knocks, you need to make sure that you're confirming those kills as well. But still, an amazing try from the Arkadians. Just the end of a day coming in for them. They will be coming back.
Look at Envy Psych, look at Envy Psych just moving in on the chance for TUF, and he has been spotted. He was shot at, and his health was really, really low. PS Nocto goes down out there, and his Psych goes down as well. Exactly, the wrong rotation coming in from this guy actually becomes the reason. FTF loses 2 of their players, as FTF was actually caught off guard as well out in the fight. So they are down with just 1 player, and yes, since he just loses out, Fyme Sneak goes down. That will be the end of Fyme as well. And Snow just runs over over Fyme Sneak with a vehicle, and PES Khan is going good with the grenades right now. Gonna go with the grenadier kills. If it just hits, see if it counts, it's gonna count in a really, really good spot. VFX is looking really, really good right now. Team HFD player outside the circle right now. TUF there is out there. NortheSports 2 players needs a revive. Portal eSports with all the players surviving. VFxOXY with all the players. F2D with all the players. Will it be Portal's game? One of the players actually go down. PES Khan is on a domination right now. Has 7 kills for the team. For himself, he has 2 kills right now, but 3 kills right now. But can they just, maximize the usage, maximize the utilization out there? That is going to be one of the questions. 5 teams winning, ladies and gentlemen, 17 players surviving, and look at this PS Vegeta catching one of the players, Thor, out there. But from the left-hand side, he was also being shot at in one direction.
Yeah, he was being shot at from one direction, but TUF, they are going to be in a really good situation. PS, they need a revive, but Nocto is going to be shot at by TUF Venom, and Wolverine is going to be left standing. Khan is left standing as well, but they are split between 2 teams fighting from 2 different directions. Portal eSports could be in a tough situation as Nocto and Vegeta, they need a revive, and they need it now. Thor is slowly and steadily charging, and he's going to blow up the vehicle just so he can create a cover for himself. And now PS Khan, that nade being cooked. If this one lands perfectly, that is going to mean that Maxi from the side of NortheSports is going to be taken down. But I think that's not going to happen, as Maxi is just going to avoid getting knocked down. The damage was done, the distance was not there, and Venom is going to get the kills for Nocto and Vegeta. Portal eSports, in an instant, they are being taken down 1 by 1 in each and every direction, as Khan was also taken down. Just 1 man left standing for the side of Portal eSports. Can they take this one? VFxOXY still standing strong. F2D eSports still standing strong. So one of these teams is going to get the chicken dinner for themselves. As you can see on the forecast, the probability of them getting the chicken dinner. TUF also has a 20% chance in this one. And once again, the circle is out in the open. The teams are going to close in. F2D, they lose 1 player. 1 player has been knocked down. Can they survive in this one? As Mafia is going to go down as well. And NortheSports, no. He survives with like 5 health on him. 47 is there. The spray is going to come in. But there is a tree blocking the vision. Talal, he was shooting on the cremate. You need to be more careful. And NortheSports take an exit out of this one, as Snow is going to be taken down by the players from inside of F2D.
Yeah, and this is going to be something out here. VFX still surviving. Will this be another chicken for Team VFxOXY? Because this team has dominated every time. PS Wolverine takes down F2D's player. Wolverine is on a domination right now. Portal eSports looking really, really good out in their fights. And on the other hand, TUF Edgar goes down. Team Tough was actually doing really good, but now after losing their players, that's going to be a whole different scenario, a whole different story out there. Portal eSports and TUF with 2 players surviving for themselves. On the other side, VFxOXY with all the players surviving. F2D with 3 players. We'll have to see which team actually gets a chicken dinner, because 11 players surviving, 4 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Final circle fights are going to be commencing really, really soon, as 6th circle will be coming to an end. 24 minutes, 20 seconds out in this game right now. Let's see which team has the final chicken dinner, as TUF is kind of in a bit of trouble, as TUF Venom just goes on. At least TUF with 1 player who will be reviving the other one right now.
Yeah, it's just going to be 1 player reviving the other one, and TUF, they need to be careful as well. There is still a chance that they can get it to us. To be more precise, they have 18% chance that they can win the chicken dinner in this one, as you can see on the forecast. But it looks like VFXOXY, they have a massive man advantage on their side. The downside for them is going to be that they have to make their way in towards the circle where the other players from the side of F2D are already present, so they have to deal with that first. But having a man advantage, you can sort of make the trade off, and even if you go for even trade, even if one guy takes down one, then he gets taken down, in the end you are definitely going to come out on top just because you have more people than them. But that should be saved for the one squad versus one squad situation when you just have two teams remaining. But this game is going to have a lot of snakes now, as the players are just going to be careful. Open ground fights, you need to lower down on the ground and be careful as to where you shoot. Portal eSports, they're going to be spotted out as the shots fired from their direction are going to give away the information about their location to the players from the TUF. Venom was actually looking on the up ground. Oh, Wolverine, he's just going to be safe as Venom is aiming in the wrong sort of
he was
a couple of inches to the right.
Yeah, the direction was right, but then the implementation was like quite a bit wrong out there. PS can't take down F2D. F2D's players will be in a bit of trouble, but then the grenade actually just helps them out. F2D, one more grenade, really close to 47. It might do a lot of damage, but out there you can see the players have been spotted as the player just goes prone, but that won't be saving them as TeamvfxOXY is the stage. 3 teams winning, ladies and gentlemen. VFXOXY, Portal eSports, F2D. Which team is going to survive right now? Only F2D is inside the circle, but are they inside enough for them to be safe, as one player needs a revive? PES has a high ground, but then they have to go inside, they have to come inside the circle. F2D is in a really good spot, and Portal eSports, they have to make it. VFXOXY is also on a really good spot, but now PES Wolverine, as you can see, has made it inside the circle. 3 meters for VFX to go in, and just when they hit that tree, the tree that is right in front of them, they will be inside the circle. All 4 players surviving. That is how you want to be winning this game. 2 versus 4 situation, ladies and gentlemen, as Portal eSports have 2 players. VFXOXY with all the 4 with the numbers advantage. The game is out there. PS can't go down. Wolverine, the final player surviving. 35 bullets in his gun. Can he clutch it out? Yes, he can. No, he cannot right now, as VFXOXY get this chicken in the Erangel game.
Yeah, finally, this team steps up big and get the dinner for themselves. They had been waiting for so long. They have been trying so hard. And in the final game of day number 4 of the semifinals, they are going to make it happen for themselves. And this is one thing. VFXOXY also have been really consistent with their performances. They fall down like every now and then they have a fall wherein they are going to be eliminated early, but most of the times they are just getting those points for themselves. And this time with the chicken dinner, that is just going to be a massive boost for this team.
Exactly. We'll have to see who is the MVP and all those stats out there as well. We'll see what players did, what good, bad, uglies, and the crazies the players actually did out there. But for now, it has been settled that VFXOXY has actually, come up against all the odds and is out there. So the MVP from the team is going to be TeamvfxOXY. The guy had 3 kills, 347 damage, 24 minutes and 42 seconds of survival time, and 10.1 in kilometers, of the total distance that he just ruined chaos on. So that was pretty good.
10 kilometers of distance that he ruined chaos on.
He just made chaos out of it.
Yeah, he did make chaos, and the fights they were taking was pretty incredible as well. And as we were talking about this as well, that in the last circle, they were outside of it. F2D eSports had an amazing position for themselves, but the mistake that they made was the fact that they were focused on 3 different teams at the same time. And when you are splitting up your focus, when you are splitting your resources and trying to fight 3 different teams at the same time, basically look at it this way. You are splitting up your damage.
Yeah.
If a total team is going to dish out like 1,000 DPS, you are just making it 250 at a point on one team, which is not at all optimal. You need to make sure that you're dishing out maximum damage on one team and take them out. Yeah.
See, we talk about it. The damage given versus damage taken. The damage given versus how you play with your surroundings, all those things. So it just comes in that efficiency mark.
Exactly. And it is more efficient to take down one team at a time, deal with one problem first, then move to the next one. And that is exactly what actually VFX did this time. Portal eSports were doing that as well. They knew that TUF were on the downslope. They did not care about them at all. They were like, we need to deal with F2D first just so we can make our way into the circle. But with that, let's have a look at the top 5 players from this game and see who all are going to be joining our MVP. And it's going to be Psych from MV, like always. 5 kills, 745 damage. The man was left all alone for his team and still actually managed to put up a lot of kills on the board.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that just happened out here. PES Khan on the second, PES Wolverine on the third, TUF Edgar, as you can see, on the fourth, and 2xSargent on the fifth. So it was 5-4-3-3 out there for the players respectively. 745 damage was Psych and 775 for PES Khan. That was just more than impressive out there. Wolverine, Edgar, and 2xI. So the thing is, if you look closely, the MVP is not in the top 5 out here.
The MVP not being there, that has to be a little bit weird, but still. The damage is what matters, because the players did have 3 kills, but doing more damage is going to make sure that you are going to be out in the top performers. But with that, as this is going to be the last game for today, as we were talking about this, so teams from Group A and B are going to be done with their 12 games. Only 4 games remaining for these teams. And tomorrow, a team from Group A, they are going to be done with all the games basically. And let's just have a look at the standings for this game and see how much points have they accumulated from this one. As VFXOXY, they get 30 points from this one. Portal eSports on the second, 23 points. Look at this. Look at this. NortheSports, early elimination, 8 kills, 15 points, third position. TUF, an early exit as well, but due to the number of points that they have, they are going to be on the fourth. FTFxEsports, they finished third, but did not have enough kills, 14 points, fifth position. Team Envy on the sixth with 11 points. FTFxEsports on the seventh with 7 points. Fyme on the eighth with 5 points. Moving on to the next set of teams, let's have a look over there as well. FTFxEsports on the 9th, H2E on the 10th, DFUZeOfficial on the 11th, Arkadians on the 12th, Team Aqua on the 13th, RNG on the 14th, Freestyle on the 15th, and Diffuse on the 16th.
Right now, these were the teams out here. RNG, Freestyle, and Diffuse having bad games for this one. RNG having bad game, Freestyle as well, and Diffuse is having a bad day for now. One game was good, but the other game they were kind of bad, and they just need to just cope up from that thing. If anything, they need to have that one game where the momentum actually comes in their hands, and it just changes everything. Because otherwise, these were just for this game. We'll have to see in the overall where they are standing and all those things. If it's gonna actually make or break the day for them and all those things. Because some teams are doing really, really good, some teams are doing really, really bad. So let's just have a look at the overall standings. Let's see where the plus and the minus actually come in all of these scenarios. Envy is out there on the first, obviously. PMCO, they've had a really good jump with this one, with this chicken. And obviously having the so this is the only team that has 1 chicken in it and is still sitting with a really, really good amount of points for themselves.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Look at this. All the teams in the top 8 have played all the 8 games, but the difference between the first and the second, it is pretty big. From there on out, the points look like teams can climb up with every single game they play, and tomorrow also the standings over here are gonna change as well. But I want to see which teams are still gonna have a good standing. And okay, this is amazing. Arkadians in the top 16. Okay, they played today. H2E in the top 16 on the 10th. They played today as well. LOU eSports did not play, still on the 11th. HR did not play at all, still on the 12th. 247 Gaming did not play at all, still on the 13th. RNG, they were playing, but they had a good game on their side. Otherwise, they were out of the top 16 before this one. But they had one good game, because of which they are going to be on 14th for now. Bablu did not play today, still somehow managing to stay on the 15th. And FTD Esports, with that last game, they actually climb up to the 16th. So that is actually really interesting. And Bablu is going to be playing tomorrow, so they need to accumulate a lot of points. And this is sort of what was upsetting. F2F even after playing, could not manage to climb. 19th position. 2xOfficial playing today, still no climb. 20th position. Team Aqua is playing, not a good performance. 21st. Diffuse, not a good performance as well from them today on the 22nd for now. R3 Esports on the 23rd. Rogue Nation on the 24th. Nexus is going to be the closest team that can actually make the climb. Nexus, Gaming Hub, and FTFxEsports. But for that, they need to have an amazing performance in the game that they have left.
So Gaming Hub is the only team that has a 1 chicken dinner and is still in this area. So, I mean, if they have good games, if they have chicken dinners, obviously they have 8 more games for themselves. They'll be starting their day tomorrow. So we'll see if they just go for it or not. They have decent points for now, but then for how long will they just stay in this area? If they just climb up, they need to just maintain that climb. If they are falling down, they need to, cling onto the rock and just start climbing harder. That's going to be like one of the things. And Team Bablu, obviously, this is the performance that we never expected from Team Bablu. Right now, obviously, they haven't played today. They'll be starting tomorrow. So all the mistakes that they made, I think it's about time that from tomorrow, 8 games, At least 8 seconds.
I don't think Pablo and HR are making mistakes. I think it was just experimentation from their side.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at the kill leaders as well and see who all are going to be in there. As Psych from NV is going to be sitting on 31 right now. Deadshot on the second with 30 kills. Fyme Motu on the third with 22. FS Barber is going to be fourth with 21. And VFXOXY Blade is going to be on the fifth with 20 kills. Moving on to the next set of 5, it's going to be HFD's Bhatsab on the 6th with 19, Portal Esports Vegeta on the 7th with 19, NortheSports Amher on the 8th with 18, NVABSO on the 9th with 18 as well. NortheSports Sensei is going to be on the 10th position with 17 kills.
Yeah. So top 10 people that have an impact in the game, that was out there, but then it sometimes just depends. Like you can have good kills, but then the damage can be with someone else. So we'll be looking in on that stat as well, like the top 10 damage, top 5 damage dealers, and where they are keeping themselves when the competition is right up front. Because kills, see, you need those kills importantly, but then damage is how much you reflect on the knock that you give, on the grenade that you threw, but the revive was done and all those things. So the damage dealers are out here, as you can see. 52564 NV Deadshot, 50464 NV Psych, 45124 NES Hammer, 3821 for VFX Blade. Oxy FS Baba has 3746 for himself. So top 5 players were out here from NV, from NES, from VFX and from FS. Good teams that outperformed, good players that outperformed. NV had a chicken, VFX Blade Oxy had a chicken, VFX had a chicken. So players and teams go hand in hand when it comes to either damage or just the stuff out there.
Yeah, but that was just for today. And as we were saying, this was the start of the second half of the round robin, of the double round robin. And now the teams from Group A and B. Just 4 games remaining. C is going to be coming in today, and that's going to mean HR and Bablu are going to be back in action. So you guys can tune in on the same time. We are signing off for today. My name is Vard Super Johnny John. That is Ocean Sharma. If you guys liked our casting, you can follow us on our socials at iSuperJohnny, and his is just Ocean Sharma. So it is on your screens right now. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Till then, take care. Good night, and bye-bye.